Welcome, one and all. We are not wizards. Thank you for joining. That's right. We are not wizards. We are many things, but we couldn't be wizards, so we had to compensate by playing D&D. I am your humble GM, or DM if you're nasty. Let me fix the sound real quick. Do you guys hear that sound problem?
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta fix that before we start. Let me take a look.
Try that now.
La 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 la.
Why is my? Hold on a second. I got it.
Wait, is everybody wearing headphones? Greg, mute yourself for 2 seconds. I bet it's Greg.
No, it was my TV.
Oh, that's what it was. Then we got it all fixed up. Don't worry. Again, let me go ahead and give that intro one more time. That's right. We are not wizards. We're many things. Some of us are doctors, lawyers, but we're not wizards, so we have to compensate by playing D&D. My name is Chad Allen. I'll be your GM today, and I did do a Paramore reference about 5 seconds ago, but who cares? Let's go ahead and introduce our players. At the top right here, we got, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Edward Mann. I go by Eddie.
Yeah, all right. Next, right here, everything is reversed.
Hi, I'm Delaney. Super excited to be playing today.
And finally, our boy at the bottom.
See, this audio is working better. Hi, I'm Greg. I'm excited to be at the table with y'all. Looking forward to this game.
Sounds like everything's working great. Before we go ahead and start, I want to give a few shout outs. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to at the Lemon Squid, who did a bunch of our art. If you want to go check him out on Instagram or YouTube, he does a great stuff. He drew all of our character art, which you will be introduced to that and a little bit later. We are going to be playing the Outrageous Outlaws, and our people here are going to be those outlaws. We've got a really great game for you guys today. Just to give a little bit of heads up, this is going to be a PG-13, maybe rated R game. So if you're like, oh, I don't like cursing, I don't like hard themes, sorry, you might hear that. It's just part of the thing. Finally, last thing, have fun. Feel free to comment in the chat. Feel free to talk to us here. We're going to be reading as we play. But on that note, are my outrageous outlaws ready to go?
Yes!
All right. So let's go ahead and start. Let me add this right up to the stream. You guys all see that?
Yeah, you're good.
We start our story on a night sky, flooded with many different colors of blue and red, stars shining brighter than you've ever seen them before, closer than you've ever seen before. Because you are closer. Unlike us, we none of us are astronauts and we don't get to go to space, but today we are surrounded by space, the empty vacuum. But it is beautiful, the bright lights, the stars, the moon's closer than what they've ever been before. We are elevated in weightlessness. Until this happens, nothing is around. We see a ship start to come in, large ship, made out of steel and silver, surrounded by a large loop and canisters on the side. This is what we would like to call the Outlaw Star Arc in the Star Sea. As we come towards the back, we see a large jet engine pushing fire out the back and the turbine spinning. We see as we look into the turbine glass, clear, pristine glass, as if it has never touched anything before. As we go in, we see canisters lining the side with small drone-like robots tending to them. We look into one of the glasses, and one of the tubes, and we see a face, a person, being held in what seems to be a suspended sleep. Smoke or steam, whatever it may be, we're not sure, fills the canister as they are simply asleep and quiet. Other than the spinning of gears and the vents spilling air within the small vacuum in space. There was nothing. Each of you are here. We're not introducing you guys yet, but I'd like you to imagine for a second a weightlessness, a feeling of peace, asleep. Maybe you're having a dream. Maybe no dreams are being had. You're just calm. You feel a slight twing at your hand, a slight shock as an image comes over your eyes. You see a face. This face is robotic with a large mohawk, split up made out of metal, big glasses, and what looks like a skull right in the face. He's wearing a leather vest, with metal spikes on the end. He goes, "Well, I didn't expect so many candidates." He grabs the camera to get real close to you, looking right at your face, and he goes, "Welcome to the Outlaws, mother." Bleeps out. We then feel your body being taken over and suspended in a new type of weightlessness, a weightlessness that feels more heavy than anything you've ever felt, yet there's nothing on you. Your body feels like it's not there, and then all of a sudden, your feet start to take shape. You can look down and see your materializing right in front of everybody. And finally, your head and your eyes take shape. Surrounding you is a stadium of sorts. The stadium is covered with like what looks to be screens, people looking in on this sight to see. On that note, why doesn't everybody go ahead and roll initiative right here on our battle screen? Give me 1 second before we do that. Let's switch right over here. And let me bring everybody's characters right over here.
I'm so excited.
First, second, and finally third. The characters are finally here. It's awesome to look at. All right. Now, before we do this, go ahead and click on your things and roll initiative if you've not already. I see one has already been rolled, 18 and 22. There we go. That's up. The 22's up. We need the 18 up. Go ahead and click your character token and then press initiative.
It's not letting me click on my character token.
No? Oh, well, no worries. I'll fix that right now.
Yeah, same here, Chad.
See, you think I'd be a better GM, right? Just unfortunately, that's not how it works out.
I'll go last. It's okay.
That is going to be right there. There we go. I bet it works right now. For Igri, not for Emeril.
No.
There we go. All right. Now this should fix it. Go ahead and move you guys to make sure it works.
There we go.
Yep, we got it. There we go. And Igri's right there working. Okay, on that note, we're going to start with our amazing Cassie Brown. Cassie, can you describe what your character looks like for us real quick?
Yeah, for sure. So Cassie is a short little halfling girl, no older than 13 years old. She's looking a little rugged at the moment, as she just ran away from, her good old home. She has long red hair, a little cowboy hat, and little shorteralls and some cowboy boots.
Awesome. We start to see the camera pan onto your face, seeing your red hair flow down right onto your little overalls cut off right at your thigh as we go and we pan into your eyes. In this, we see a little bit of a different Cassie. This is not the Cassie that's 13. In fact, you're 12 years old. This is the year prior. We see you similar, maybe even wearing your same overalls, but without the hat. Definitely no guns, no weapons on you, maybe even your overalls. But we see you in your room. What is something that you guys would do? You would do, or Cassie Brown would do, if she was just alone in her room at her back home?
Oh, she is definitely laying down on her bed, her feet kicking behind her, just like on her stomach, and she is in her diary, just writing about all the things that she did that day, and all the things that she looks forward to the future.
What is something that you would be writing in right now? Your journal.
About how stupid people at school probably were.
Stupid kids at school.
Stupid. Exactly. How mom and dad just don't understand me, and how I just dream of becoming an outlaw to get my favorite outlaw's attention.
That's right. We see signs in your room of Brad Knightley, the Disney kind of star, but obviously not Disney, but wait for everybody to look at. On your sign, he's got a big laser beam in his hand. He's doing a little finger guns at the post. As that, we hear a knock on the door, the knock on the door. You hear your mother going, honey, would it be okay if I walk in?
Yeah, okay. Come on in, and then I'm gonna hastily put my
Okay, great.
things together and under the pillows.
She goes to grab the handle. Door's locked. If you could unlock that, that'd be great.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. I just, memory.
She opens the door, and you see a similar woman to yourself, but a middle-aged woman, maybe looking a little bit tired, but she seems healthy and a strong woman and she looks at you and she's like, hey, so I wanted to talk about some things, and I felt like maybe this was the right time to come in.
You and Dad are okay, right?
Oh no, we're great. That's not
Okay. Okay.
We're fine. The problem's you. So I mean, not the problem. I mean, oh god, this is not going the way I wanted it to. We wanted to talk about this little how should I put it? Obsession, maybe, or fantasy, however you'd like to put it, with these outlaw characters.
Obsession is going a little bit too hard. But okay.
Okay, whatever you'd like to say. We got a call from your teacher, and we apparently they've been talking to. They've been talking to the government, and the government is not really happy that you're not really into the idea of just like our society, and that you're really into the outlaws. And that's not something we really do. The outlaws have kind of a bad reputation. So we were thinking, and correct me if this is something that you wouldn't want to do, but we're thinking of sending you to maybe a boarding school kind of situation. What do you think?
You said I'm allowed to disagree?
You're allowed to disagree. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, then no.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Yes, you're 100% allowed to disagree, but the government told us we had to. We don't have a choice.
I mean,
so the moment that she says that and you try to hesitate, you see a big man come in with a big smile. It's obviously some kind of robot, but he's mechanical, and he goes, "Hi, Candyland is ready to serve." And he goes to grab you. We're gonna take you to a great, little bit of a glitch comes in. Great school. Come along, Cassie Brown. He starts to pull you away as you see outside of your window what looks to be a white truck. When I say white truck, more of kind of like a white van, if you know what I'm getting at. A little bit of a there's something going on here. Yeah. There's definitely there's a bag ready to put over your head for some reason. Something's about to go down.
Do I see anybody else in the front seat, or anyone else in the front?
No, there's no one in the front seat, and there's no one actually inside. It looks like maybe give me an insight check real quick. or actually perception.
Perception. And you want me to do this on my physical dice?
Feel free, yeah.
Okay. Okay, add 0 to that. That's a solid 9.
9. When you look in, you don't see anybody in the driver's seat. It kind of looks like there's no steering wheel. It looks more like robotic if there's like a computer up. But no, you don't see anybody in the front seat. But with that perception check, you actually see your dad right in the hallway, and he seems like he's really stressed out, and he's just like, definitely something going on here.
Dad, you're okay with this? They're taking me away.
He stays silent.
How hard is the grip on me from the robot?
It's not super hard. Whoever these people are, they're not intending to hurt you, it doesn't seem like. And it seems like they think that you're about to go along with this without issue.
Okay. I would love to just sort of break out and then make a run for the front seat of the car.
Oh, yeah? Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. A whopping 7.
7? You actually are easily able to get rid of him. You pull away, and he kind of is like, this is not how we behave here in Candyland. Candyland. It seems like there's some kind of like system override that you've accessed that he doesn't seem to understand what's going on.
I would say something that I learned at school, and that is, fuck you, and then just gonna go for the car and drive away and escape.
Hold on one second. I didn't hear any of that we work with trying to get everything going on.
It's a party, the two of us.
Learn that at school. School of hard knocks.
I mean, come on, public school, what do you learn?
Can everybody hear me now?
Yeah, you're good, man.
Streaming is so weird. I don't know why, but for some reason I cannot hear you guys. So I'm going to fix that at some point.
Oh, so did you just see my middle fingers in no context?
Because somehow I have
We
muted
have all the context.
everybody.
You don't need context.
And it seems we've lost one of our players as well. Don't worry, he's coming right back in. He's having some technical issues as well. But, you know, these things happen. It's our first stream, and I hope that everybody sticks around to invite more. But why don't I just do this? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Man, I can hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, you know what? While you guys are doing that, why don't you just introduce yourself and talk and see how people tell people how long you guys have been playing D&D for.
Cool. I guess I can continue going since. But yeah, Delaney. Interesting fact. I guess this is technically not my first time playing, but being in this group, I think starting, I don't know, like at the beginning of this year or something, was my first time ever playing D&D. Well, I started a couple of years ago. I played once, had a terrible time, terrible group. It wasn't great. And I said, no, never going to do this again. I respect other people, but hey, not my ish. But I started playing in this group, and I'm like, role playing is so much fun. With the little dice I can little roll, I really enjoy it.
We're all goblins at heart, wanting little clicky clacky dice.
You know what? It's okay. We're going to go ahead and why don't you describe yourself heading towards this van, this big white van that is going to, and as you do that, why don't you run me Why don't you just roll me a straight intelligence check real quick?
Okay. As I take off the van, there's my hair obviously flowing right behind me. My short little 12-year-old halfling body. How old is a 12-year-old halfling? Even shorter than a regular one.
Yeah, probably like a halfling's usually around 3 to 4 feet. You're probably on the lower end. It's not necessarily that you're like incredibly shorter than what your parents would be, but you are, you're a little bit
Mhm.
skinnier than they are. Most halflings are a bit wider. You're a little bit,
Yeah. And so what it takes to usually get the robot probably to the car a couple steps, I'm literally like running and booking it. And I have a 19 for intelligence.
19 for intelligence. That's amazing. As you get into this, van, you see a computer set up, and immediately you recognize what this is. This is an automatic driver, similar to like what you would have with like a Tesla or something like that. But unlike Teslas that have like a steering wheel that you could manually operate, there's none of that going on. But you know that there is a override chip, and basically, if you get on the underside and pull it out, you have something right there that can help you drive.
Definitely going for it.
You pull it out, and what you see is it looks like an Xbox controller.
Oh, perfect. I probably couldn't reach the steering wheel anyway.
As you pull the trigger, you can feel the car revving, and as you have one hand on the other trigger, which seems to be the brakes, and you see that the little toggle on the left side, the thumbstick, that seems to be the way that you navigate the car. What do you do with this knowledge now that you know that you can drive away?
Oh, I'm taking off. I'm trying to leave the city at this point.
You speed past. You're hitting 100 in this residential area. There's lots of houses. There's kids running, playing kickball as you go. And they go, "Oh my god!" There's children running. There's you've definitely hit a couple squirrels. I'm sorry that just happened.
20 points.
Oh, 20 points each. And we cut to a day later. Unfortunately, with no money, being 13 years old, you ran out of gas. That's just the truth of it. Most engines, as you know, are not running on gas, but it seems like this one was. You're stopped in the middle of nowhere. In front of you is a gas station with looks like a little bit of a TV going on, and your favorite show is playing, and it's Brad Knightley on the show, and he's just it's silent for a little bit, but you get closer, you can hear it as you come closer. What do you do?
Brad, hearing Brad on the TV, she's definitely going to go closer and to see if there's anyone around.
You get closer and you see Brad Knightley, and he comes close and he goes, "Hey kids, I know the world feels like sometimes you can't count on anybody, but you know what you can count on? You can count on Candyland. That's right. Candyland's always got your back." As you hear this, a little bit of emotion comes over you. The people who had full intentions of throwing you in a van and taking you off somewhere to do God knows what. In fact, you know what? Why don't you get an insight check? See if this 12-year-old kid has any idea what they were going to do.
17.
You know. You've heard some tell and stuff like that, but even at a young age, your insight is clear what is happening. Just from your background of being in Candyland, as well as like in your heart, they were going to brainwash you. They didn't like the fact that you thought differently. They wanted you to love Candyland as much as everybody else does, but you're an individual. You don't have to love Candyland. And you love Brad. You still love Brad. Brad's the man. But he may not be right about this one. As you do that, you see static hit the television, and as a man that I have described prior comes on the screen. He's sitting on a couch. He's smoking a bit of a cigarette. laid back, chilling, as another man comes on screen. This man is polar opposite. He has a big white mustache that's curled at the ends, and he's very like straight up, and he's has his hands in a little bit of a holding each other as he's trying to look prim and proper, and he goes, "Hello. It's good to talk to you. With progress comes some sacrifices. We love the AI that control us. They are the greatest thing that's ever happened to us. It's true, we give up some freedoms. We give up some liberties, but what is that? When we are happy, when we have the AI to believe in us and to hold our hands when we need it." And you see in the background this mohawked robot, cyborg looking guy going, "Ha ha, fuck that!" Smacks this guy across the face. You see a cartoony boom come across the screen. He flies off and he goes, "Listen here, motherfucker. Ain't no way we're gonna be listening to no AI for the rest of my life. And I know that you don't want to listen to it, and I'm not gonna listen to it. So what do? We stand up." That's right. We stand up.
She immediately
You know what?
physically stands up.
You know how we stand up? You join the goddamn Outlaws. The screen goes black as a URL kind of pops onto the screen, and you see that fade away as well. As you feel your hand twitch, and you look down and you see some robotics. You know what this is. It's a very simple robotic PAL, PAL, which stands for Personal Armament Loadout. But a personal armament loadout has many functions. For our viewers at home, this is sort of like not just an armor that somebody would wear, but it also functions kind of like a cell phone or a computer that's hardwired into your body. It uses the electrical signals in our body to send information. As you see it go over your eyes, a URL pops up in location. You know where you have to go. And it's a bit daunting for a 12-year-old. I think you know what you want to do, but on that note, let's go ahead and let's move right back over to our boy, Greg. Greg, describe your character for us real quick.
Yeah, so you see in front of you a very tall, 6'3", scrawny humanoid who appears to be about 25, years old. A lot older than that, but he appears to be 25. Pretty average build, except for his left arm is replaced completely metal with a sword-like appendage full of different kind of wires and circuitry running through it. Red sunglasses and a very cheeky little Kiss the Cook shirt.
That's as we do that, and we kind of come across, and the camera pans to your face, and we see the reds in your eyes. We see it flooding into you as we see a very different scene than we saw from Cassie. It looks like a lab of sorts around you. It sort of doesn't, but the labs most of the time look like you got beakers and vials to the side. You've got machinery to your right, doctors and lab coats, but you seem to be in but that seems to be like in the glass in the other room. You're in a very different room, in a pod, similar to the one that we saw before, but this one has a bit of a green tint on the outside and water filling it up. You see nothing, you feel nothing, yet you know your surroundings, what's going on. This is 60 years in the past from your current place, where you are now. But you see someone in front of you. This is kind of a younger woman. She's maybe in her late 20s, 27, maybe 28 years old. She looks up at you, and she has kind of like those big round glasses. She has a lab coat, but on it there looks like little pins that she's pinned onto it. This is a quirky, say the least, kind of scientist. She touches the glass and she looks at you. She goes, "You're going to be great." Time passes and we see what you were, this lump of meat and flesh, kind of start to grow into form, into what a man. We see a man with dark black hair, suspended, but not the way that you described. You are purely human, it looks like. You see as time passes, you see the scientist in front of you. This scientist is working and looking at the paperwork and what looks to be maybe your vitals alongside that. And then one day you're asleep and then you're awoken suddenly. You're not where you were. You're not in the vat of green water and ooze. You're on a table, being poked and prodded. And then a face kind of comes into your sight, and she looks at you and she goes, "Hello? Hello?" She snaps in your face and goes, "Can you hear me?"
Affirmative.
It's good. It's good. You know, you don't need to say things like that. You're human. You're not, I know, synthetic. I know that was programmed into you, but you can just say hello, yes, and talk.
Are they not the same thing?
I guess you're right. I guess they can be the same thing. Okay. My name's Ingrid. It's very good to meet you. You are X04.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel awake.
It's a good way of putting it. We see time flushed again as we see Ingrid teaching you stuff. You see her teaching like basic skills, manners, look both ways when crossing the street. And I will say there's a little bit of a weird thing goes on here. You're easily looking like a grown-ass man, and this woman's like, well, no, 5 plus 5 is not 13, it's 10. 10. We gotta check those subroutines, and like kind of like being like a little bit mom-like. We see her kind of flood through, and we see that you guys share a love for cooking. You see that you guys share many kind of loves, and then we see you in a room, still 20, looking or so. Or how old is your character again? How old is he looking?
About 25.
25. We see about a 25-year-old man sitting in a room, a very simple room. There's no television. There's just a bed and then a table, which you may have some notebooks or something on. She comes in and she goes, "Hello.
What are we learning today?"
Emerald, give me an insight check. Tell me what you get.
13.
That 13, you can see that there's a bit of a whimper on her lip. She goes,
I'll figure out the math.
No, it's not the math. You're doing great now.
Thank
Do
you.
you know why you were made? What your X04 designation is programmed to do?
No, I'd never thought about it. I guess I figured that was my name, like you're Ingrid.
Yes. We're going to go back into the lab for a moment.
Do you have something to
Things
show
are
me?
gonna. Yes. I just want to prepare you. Things are going to change. Your life is going to change.
Well, if you think they're best, I trust you.
Of course. She pulls you to the side, and you start to feel give me, what is your passive perception?
10.
10, you're completely unable to know, but you feel a pinch in the back of your neck as you start to lose consciousness. You experience a pain unlike you've ever felt as your body is ripped to shreds. The eyes that you've looked on the world are replaced with these red robotic eyes and glasses on top of that to give you a bit of a red tint over everything you see. Your arm pulled off and replaced to what looks a large metal claw with blades on the end. Your chest ripped open as artificial lungs are placed in, your stomach taken out. Your brain twitched and poked at as your skull is ripped asunder. You see somebody different in front of you. This is not the woman you've come to know, Ingrid Shelley. In front of you is a screen with an African-American woman with her hair tied up in a bun, very tight. She has like one of those kind of circular buns at the back where she has curly hair. She has what looks like a general's jacket on with like a tie to the top. She looks at you and she goes, "Hello, XO4, please stand at attention." Before you can even react, your body moves on its own. It's time to get to work. XO4 is a designation of assassination. You are then spent a few years killing people like the Outlaws. You spend roughly 40 years killing and killing and killing everybody that you come across, every mission that you are given. And then you get a new designation, someone you haven't seen in a long time. You see this screen come over you as you're sitting in your vat waiting for your next mission. A woman comes on the screen, the same African-American woman with the curls. She goes, "XO4, it is time to work."
Arise to attention.
She uses her hand, and you see information flood in front of your eyes as you get a little twing at your wrist. Your pal kind of like shooting information as you see a new face in front of you, your next victim, next person you're meant to assassinate. Someone you've come to care for. Ingrid. We no longer need her services, and this woman is not to our liking. She's a bit too, how to put it, quirky. Something that you've come to love about her, this society apparently will not accept. Something simple, something human, this AI is not ready to accept. What do you do?
I think he's just frozen in place for a minute. These parameters are unclear.
These parameters are very clear. XO4, we've given you a location. She is 3 doors down. She lives here. Please, set your mission, or we will set it for you. She's waiting for you to accept. There's basically a big, in front of your eyes, saying accept, decline in front of your eyes. It basically is saying accept the assassination mission or decline it.
He accepts it.
You accept it. You see her face kind of twing with a bit of good, XO4. Please, commence your mission. You are released from the vat. You are standing right there in front, looking at the screen in front of you. There's a door to your right. This door, you know, leads to Ingrid's.
I walk towards the door.
You walk towards the door. It opens, and you see 2 doors down, to your left, Ingrid's name tag. room X04, the same designation you were given. She was the head of the team.
I look both ways in the hallway, like she taught me. See if there's anyone coming.
There's no one coming.
I walk towards her door.
You walk towards the door, a metal door that the moment you go into automatically opens. There doesn't seem to be any designation or any key for you to open. It just automatically does. As you see her turn around, she's sitting at her desk. Ingrid looks at you and goes, XO4, it's been a long time.
He's just frozen. He doesn't know what to say.
She stands up, she looks at you, and you feel her hand kind of go across your face, and she goes, I know what you're here to do, and it's okay. I made you, and I knew what you were meant to do. I didn't think that it would be me, but this is just what happens. She takes her necklace that she has, 2 wedding rings. At some point, she seems to have been married, but you don't remember her mentioning a husband or anything. She takes it off and puts it around your neck. It seems that it was a little bit big for her, and it fits you just right.
You're choosing to let me do this?
I'm choosing to die so that you can live.
And then in his head, as like she says that, the word choosing is just replaying over and over and over.
You feel your processor and your mind start to change a little bit. You feel as if this is the first time that you've ever questioned an order that you've ever been given.
She still had her hand, kind of like putting the necklace on.
She still has. She's put the necklace on, and her hand is not touching your face anymore. But in front of you, the same kind of thing kind of shoots in front of your eyes. The key or the notification that was given to you by the African American woman with curls. Accept your mission. Accept or decline.
You
Nobody
see
sent this to you.
face to try to get the out of the sight.
It stays right there in front of you, waiting for you to accept or decline the mission. You do it again.
Mhm.
You do it again, it stays there. It's not going away.
Does it again, a little more forceful, probably taking a point of damage.
Every time you do it, it just seems like it's right there. It's getting closer to your eyes and closer to your eyes, begging for a choice.
He leans down and hugs Ingrid.
The notification goes away. As you hear something in your head, a British voice going, "Well, hello there. This was unexpected." You feel something wet touch your chest, and you hear a give me a perception check.
18.
What was it? The 18?
I'm gonna
The
take it at
back, you-
disadvantage. It's a 10.
Was it 10? Okay. At that disadvantage, you see nothing but smoke. You don't see a person, you don't see anything, but you see smoke coming from the backside in the corner. As you feel Ingrid go limp. And she looks up at you. There's no words. She says nothing. You see the life out of a sight that you've seen many times. You see the life from her eyes go dead.
He just holds her up a little closer, and he's trying to choke out the words. Mom, mom. He like looks at her, moves her face a little bit, not really understanding the lifelessness.
The moment you do that, you feel a ping in your shoulder as a blade of steel, which is something that you haven't seen in a while. A steel blade kind of comes up and strikes you in the shoulder as a man is in front of you with a mask that kind of looks like one of those ski masks, but it seems that in front of it there seems to be a bit of like a digital static coming over. It seems that he was cloaking himself prior, and he has stabbed you in your shoulder.
Doesn't even recoil to the pain. He's still just holding Ingrid.
He pulls the blade again and he stabs you right in the chest.
Emerald just falls to his knees, but still holding Ingrid.
He stabs you again. As he stabs you, this time not just in your shoulder and your chest, he stabs you right in the neck. But before his blade touches your neck, an automatic function shoots from your weapon, the black rose, and grabs the blade, snaps it, and kills the man in front of you. Without any sort of recognition of what you've done, you've killed the man who has killed, so to speak, your mother. At this point, we see some flashes happen. We see the blood kind of spill onto the floor as it seems that a love that you shared with your mother, a cooking book that she was reading with the name Emeril, floods the page, and you see something for the first time, a cookbook that you've never seen before. And then we see more flashes. A cybernetic robot running through the halls, tearing many people that look similar to you to shreds. Robots shooting guns as you destroy them easily and take off. You walk out into the space station. You see a ship. You know the ship was designated towards you to go on your missions. We see another flash of you taking the ship and going off into space. We see another flash of the ship being shut down automatically by some kind of signal that's being shot out because it is owned by whoever created you. You are in a vacuum of space, floating around in a ship with nothing going on. As you're floating, you hear a designation and a radar kind of pop up onto the screen in front of you of your ship. The screen goes, entering, do not enter, go away, go away. It then says outer rim space. Entering outer rim space. The moment that you see the radar kind of like a huge line of where you're supposed to go and then the outer rim, and you cross that line, the static of these alarms start to take over, and then you see the same commercial that Cassie Brown saw. A robotic man with a mohawk, a British man coming in, a pow hits his face, and he goes, "Fuck that! Welcome to the Outlaws."
Yeah.
On that note, one of our friends has not joined us yet. So let's go ahead and let's go back to... One moment. Here we go. We go back to our scene of space. Both of you in this glass vat. The same vat that you saw before jumping on the screen where it's like, "Welcome to the Outlaws, mother bang," and like cut out your image taking shape into this stadium of sorts. You tell me what it is that you guys are thinking as
So this would be first, like Outlaws interaction.
yeah, this is like the first time that you've ever actually seen the Outlaws. This is the first time you've ever sort of like this is your kind of the first thing that they're ever going to hear from you, but they can hear your thoughts as you speak them. So thinking on everything that you've done before, thinking of your past, thinking of what you're here now. What is Cassie Brown and what is Emerald thinking?
Mm.
Cassie is definitely scared. Did not think that this is what would happen. You thought it would be an easy thing, being like, hey, sort of like signing up for like the service, being like, yeah, here's my name, and there we go. Maybe some fitness tests, but nothing like this. But over and all, I would more overjoyed at the aspect of becoming her own person.
Mm-hmm.
We see that the image sort of coming out of your eyes as we see you ready for battle, your pistol in hand and your rapier ready to go. We see now we see Emerald. What is the thought that's coming into your head, knowing you're about to join the Outlaws? And I will say this is a group that you've been sent on assassinations to kill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Emerald's thinking, he's no stranger to killing, so this kind of scenario he sees himself in doesn't feel as alarming, maybe as it would to others. He's probably feeling a little lost and feeling, conflicted if they're actually going to take him in, despite how this interaction goes.
Mm-hmm.
Does he deserve to be taken in? It'd be their choice to, say no if they wanted to.
This feeling of doubt coming over you, seeing them kind of like, will they accept me? Is this my only chance? What am I going to do? That doubt fades away as we pine back to you in the battle, right from the scene from your face into your eyes, all that doubt flooding away as your cybernetics take control and your instinct takes effect. On that note, Cassie Brown, why don't you take your first turn on our game here?
Woo! Okay. What she's going to do is, so I would say that Emerald is at least one size larger than me, correct?
He's probably in the game mechanics. Yes, he's one size, but you're probably around 3 to 4 feet tall. He's 6'3". He's hovering over you.
So because I'm a halfling, it says I can hide behind a creature that's one size larger.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
So what she's going to do is she's going to, I'm on the wrong thing. She's going to duck behind Emerald and say like, I'm sorry, I should have asked for consent, but I'm just going to do this anyway. I'm so sorry. And in between the leg, or bonus action hide.
Okay.
And then shoot at the ye old big guy with my revolver.
All right. So with that, you're going to get advantage, and it'll deal an extra 2d6 on that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that it will double your attack. So give me a second to run his perception, and why don't you go ahead and roll me a stealth check?
I can do that. Just barely.
Oh yeah, he rolls a 5. You roll a 9. On that note, you go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Dope.
And you're shooting with your revolver, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I should have advantage on this to hit. That'd be a 23 to hit.
Nice.
23 to hit easily. Like you blew him to shreds.
here, let me do my 2d6 damage first. That's going to be added 8 to 9. So that's 17 damage.
17 damage. As you shoot your laser, you see this creature with horns on his head covered in white fur get shot as you shoot it in the shoulder. And it's like, and how much damage was that again?
17.
Minus 17 damage. There you go. What do you do with? Is that at the end of your turn, or do we keep going?
Yeah, there's bonus action. Yep, I'm good.
Got it. On that note, we're going to go ahead and skip Igri for now as we move to our spy characters here. These are Federation soldiers to our viewers right now, as well as the person that you saw was a white creature called a Yeti. I'd also like to say for the people who are viewing that do not know some of these things, what she was rolling was a point to hit. She rolled a high number, which beat an armor class right here. This armor class is the other creatures. She was able to overshadow that armor class, so therefore she got to roll damage on it. This is what's going to be here and what this character is going to be shooting at Cassie Brown. Takes movement right here, and does not see you because you are behind our boy Emerald right now. As he go ahead and shoots his Starcaster. Rolling.
By the way, or is this like 5-holing right now?
What is it now?
I was asking Kat or Delaney. Are you like shooting around me, or is it like 5-hole like in hockey right now?
Oh yeah, I'm straight through the legs.
Yeah.
That's an 11 to hit? Does that hit Emerald?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, you see as you look down and you see Cassie Brown shooting right between your legs. He was aiming right for your head, and you're just like seeing this little redheaded girl, and is like something that you haven't seen before. Is this little girl is just like shooting between your legs, a little Texas outlaw going for the kill. On that note, we move on to your turn.
All right. Well, I know Emerald's having some doubt, like he mentioned, but what he does know and something he does best is killing. He knows that he needs to kill these creatures. So he is going to use his Channel Divinity Battle of Enmity on the Yeti.
Okay. When you take this oath, let me go ahead and read this to our viewers real quick. When you take this oath at 3rd level, which all of our players are at is 3rd level, you gain the following 2 Channel Divinity options. As a bonus action, you can utter a vow of enmity against a creature you can see within 10 feet of you using your Channel Divinity. You gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 points or falls unconscious. So on that note, you have advantage on, who did you strike on this one?
On the Yeti.
The Yeti, all right.
Point the black rose like directly at the Yeti and stare intently at him.
The Yeti kind of goes, and just kind of looks away. There's a bit of an embarrassment, like he's like, kind of like, oh, I'm not supposed to be scared. What is this guy scared me for? He's frightened of you at the moment, giving you advantage.
And then I'm going to buff up the party here and cast Bless on all of us.
Nice.
All right, you bless up 3 creatures of your choice within range, whatever target makes an attack or a saving throw before the spell ends. All right, cool. So that you'll add D4 for now on your saving throws. On that note, I think that's the end of your turn, unless you'd like to take movement here.
No, I'm gonna keep the the Texan Outlaw just shooting between my legs here. Only thing I want to mention too is not only on saving throws but on attack rolls we get the D4 too.
Oh, that's true. All right, so let's go ahead and switch right on over to the next turn. That's our big Yeti guy ready to get at you. You know what? We're going to go ahead and try to use that little thing there. He's going to use an ability called Chilling Gaze at you. So he's going to take his movement. He looks right at Emerald, On Chilling Gaze, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, 5.
5. Unfortunately, I don't think that hits. Let me make sure. Yeah, nope. You had to hit a 13. So you have to take 10 damage, 10 cold damage. And then you are paralyzed for 1 minute. So basically, we're going to be rolling Constitution savings every beginning of your turn and at the beginning of each of your turns, so that way to get out of this Chilling Gaze. And
I also need to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
on what now?
I have concentration up for the bless spell.
Oh, fair enough. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, I'm good.
Good. It still stays as our next spy takes his movement. He is going to stay right behind the Yeti, doing 30 movement as well, as he takes his own little shot. He's going to shoot right at you, unfortunately, because we got a Cassie Brown hiding right behind you. That is an 8 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. It flies right past you as you're paralyzed from the chill. I guess Cassie Brown still under your legs is totally perplexing this cyborg assassin-like man.
Shows the right bodyguard.
Oh,
Body shield.
On that note, we move on to Cassie Brown's turn.
Dope. I think I'm just gonna do the same thing. Do I need to make another bonus action
Yes.
hide check?
After you take an attack, you come out of hiding, so people are going to see you. But because of your, I believe it's a racial ability that you said, right, to hide behind any creature.
Yep.
That's why they haven't been shooting at you right now. But you will have to do another check on that.
Dope. Well, then I will definitely do that. Rolling stealth. That's a 24 for stealth.
Okay, everybody is going to be rolling a perception check at this point because they are close enough.
I don't think I can, being paralyzed. I'm pretty limited.
Yeah, you don't need to at this point. 11 does not get you. Then we're gonna roll our Yetis, and he has a +3 to his perception. What is it? A 19. Unfortunately, it does not make it for me. So, lucky for you. Unfortunately for me, you are hidden. I don't know what it is. I don't know why these guys don't see you. But if there was somebody in the group that was going to be able to be hidden, it was definitely Cassie Brown. This short 4 feet hiding behind a 6'3" creature, just frozen, and you're just like, where'd that little redheaded go? You hear the Federation in the back screaming, but that's your move. Go ahead.
Yeah, he has massive thighs that I'm just trying to wrench open for each one of my shots. He's frozen, so he's
Emerald is
definitely not
for
helping.
sure not just Emerald. Not only has like these muscly thighs, but Emerald's also double cheeked up just on an average Tuesday.
It's
As you
really
can see.
uncomfortable for me being here, but it's
Yeah, you're
really what I
13
need
and
to
you're
do.
looking at this guy's butt's right in your face. It's
Exactly.
like, whoa.
In another time, maybe she'd be distracted, but she's
Yeah, a little bit
in it now.
older.
Yeah.
So she's going to do an attack with her revolver again with advantage.
Yeah, get that advantage.
Get that advantage. Nat.
Oh my
20.
Nat.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. I am, you guys are not supposed to win this. I want to be very clear. Like, okay, so that's going to be 5 plus 2. That's 7 damage. And then I think, do you double it because you're in stealth right now?
What did you just roll?
Well, what I rolled is your damage because it didn't roll your damage automatically.
Oh, okay.
So I just rolled it manually.
Yeah, so it would be, I would think since I rolled 2d6, it would be 4d6, right?
4d6? Yeah, so tell you what, let's go ahead and roll that real quick.
Do you want? I can do it.
I'll go ahead and roll it for you real quick, just since I have it up here. 14 damage. That's on the Yeti, right?
Yes. So 14 plus 5, 6, 7.
14 and then minus 7. There we go. We've got. Go ahead and give me a perception check real quick.
For sure. 7.
You can't really. This Yeti he's looking healthy. Like, it seems like your laser shots not only have done nothing, if anything, they've made him stronger. This Yeti's just like, "Roar!" He's toughing it out. I don't know what's going on with your gun. Maybe you need to check the rounds. On that note, we move to Igri. This little turtle's not been doing much at all. He's chilling, and he is kind of. You see a bit of. Actually, both of you, give me a little perception check real quick.
I'm still paralyzed.
Yeah, never mind. Igri's not going to be able to. Or not Igri, sorry. Emery's not going to be able to. Cassie, not only has this little turtle done nothing, you don't really remember him at all. You kind of forget that there was a little turtle beside you. He's just kind of like there. You're not sure if he left, and you're not sure if he's there at all. But the turtle has somehow disappeared into nothingness. As we move on to one of our spies' turns, let me move and make sure I'm doing his right movement. Yep, right, 30. He goes ahead and takes 30 movement over here. And actually that's 35. Let me come back here to 30. And roll, you know what? We're going to go ahead and roll me a stealth check real quick. Because I'm going to say that just a little bit of self-ruling, hiding behind a man is not going to last that long. Because it's just a man.
Beg to differ.
Those are some cheeks, though.
18.
It's like hiding in the hills.
All right, he's gonna roll the perception check on you. See if he beats an 18. Unfortunately, he does not. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're hiding behind a grown-ass man, and these guys are like, "Where'd she go?" There's a bit of there's an Assassin's Creed kind of stealth going on where you're just hiding behind a barrel, and these enemies have no idea what's going on. He goes to
cheeks that will help me.
Unfortunately for Emerald though, it is going to be a bad time because they only see him and they're ready to take a strike. So they're going to go ahead and do another crossbow strike on him.
At advantage, since I'm paralyzed.
Oh, that's right, at advantage, but they go and hit a 12. Misses, even at advantage, paralyzed. They're aiming for the head, and your head is still looking at Cassie Brown. These spies have been known to train to like shoot for the head, and with your head like kind of not in sight, they don't know what to do. On that note, Emerald, it is your turn. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw as well.
18 this time.
The cold that overwhelmed you before is melting away as your heart that beats full of steam and fire melts away. You are free to take your action.
No, I'm still looking down right now. I'm going to look down at Cassie and say, "Nice shooting." And I'll give her a little high five down there.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to look back up and run up to the Yeti here.
Okay.
And make a swing.
Go ahead and take that swing.
Oh, not great. Oh, no, it's 22 to hit.
22 to hit because you have the advantage on it. Hits
Oh, you know
perfectly.
what? I'm sorry. That's still up, but Bless is down now since I was paralyzed.
I thought, didn't we roll a Constitution save to check your wisdom?
That was before. Once I was paralyzed, that's negated. I can't concentrate while I'm paralyzed.
Never mind. That you do not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, the battle is still up. Just we're not blessed anymore, so it's still true. The bless was just an extra D4. The
bless is not. So you're still getting the you're still getting the 22 right now for it, right? Perfect. You guys are getting that 22.
I'm flipping some divine smites in here.
Great.
20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
Nice.
On that note, tell me how you take this guy down.
Sweet. I give the high five. I run forward, just like running like a sprinter. Like you're starting down, like your head comes up, and after the high five, by the time my head's finally up, I'm meeting the Yeti. The black rose just goes straight through him, through his chest.
As the black rose kind of like you see the blades kind of heat and they vibrate a little bit to tear through this Yeti's skin like nobody else and rip him to shreds. On that note, we're going to do a status effect where our Federation are going to take 3 damage each because the fear that their most powerful force is gone. So you not only have taken this guy down, but you've put a little bit of damage on these guys as well.
Sweet.
On that note, we're going to move to not our Yeti's turn, but our second spy's turn. Roll, you know what? She's going. You've already rolled your stealth, right, Cassie Brown?
I have, but
So
he left,
therefore-
so I could.
Yeah, so therefore, let me think about this. He moved, you're a plain view.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let's have our spy take a little bit of a hit towards you. Starcaster as well. 7 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Cassie Brown, sleuthy as ever. 1 seems like there's a blast right about to hit you, but suddenly in the sight you see this little turtle as it hits his shell, and you just hear an old man voice going, "Oh!" And that is all you hear. But on that note, it goes on to your turn as you guys are taking these guys down pretty quickly. I will say that.
Awesome. Well, I think now is a time as ever to do my magic missile.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to do. I get 3 missiles here. I can put the little thing in the good old chatty chat. So I get 3 missiles, and I'm going to do 2 over here since that dude tried to hit me, and then 1 over here.
And this is just an automatic, right? There is no
No, I think I rolled a hit.
roll to hit.
Each dart hits a creature of your choice. Do I roll the hit or does it hit them?
I don't think that you rolled a hit. I think it's an automatic hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, just a creature, a range of 120, 1 actual creature of your choice that you can see within range, 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. 1d4.
Dope.
Yeah, I think it's an automatic hit. So how many's for this one and how many for this one?
2 for this dude.
2.
1 over here. And you just want me to roll 1 or 3 of them?
Let's do just 1 and then we'll multiply that damage by 3.
Dope. 5.
Nice.
5, all right,
Yeah.
5 times 3.
I don't know what it is, but every time I get into combat, my rolls are so good. But every time outside of it, they're all 2s.
We can't see shit.
And like, whoa! And you got 1 on this guy right here, right?
I sure did.
Okay, so that means go ahead and roll damage for him one more time for magic missile.
Okay.
And you just did 1 on him?
Yeah, that's 2.
Got it. -2. You know what? No perception check needed. You see that this guy right over on your left, he's doing okay. He's got armor. On your right, you're seeing a little bit of a difference. You're seeing no damage is coming to this guy. He's not like hurt by any means, but you're seeing that a red hue is going over his body as like every time you hit him. This time the hue is like it doesn't go away. It is just red, glowing around his skin and his armor. You recognize this as the armor of his POW, his personal armament loadout. It is seems like it's about to fall.
Awesome.
On that note, does that end your turn?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to Igri. This old man. Give me a history check. Okay, not less than an at one.
0.
All right, Cassie, you've had grandparents. You know what's going on here. Dementia is a bitch, you know? And sometimes an old guy just forgets to move. It just happens, you know? Sometimes you're a spry young turtle with a stick and a red bandana chilling, doing your thing. And sometimes you're the same turtle that has no idea that people are shooting guns at him. That's being an old guy. That's how it works. Emerald, you not only don't know what's going on, you feel like this turtle may be checking you out a little bit. You don't know. Like, I mean, how can you know? But he might be. Because from your history of people checking you out in the prior, remembering how people check you out, this guy looks like he's checking you out. On that note, we move on to our spy's turn. Right over here. He's going to get as close as he can. I think he just makes it. He is 30 feet away. So, nope, he does not make it. He is very close to Cassie Brown, but he is going to take it. If I'm correct, at this distance, I think he gets disadvantage on his yeah, because he'll get disadvantage on his crossbow hit. So he is going to do a Starcaster on his crossbow, a 12 to hit because he's too close to you. Does not hit. Even at this distance, he is just shooting you right now, and you are refracting it with your laser, your laser rapier. Just ping, 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 ping. Is this Star Wars? I don't know. But let's go ahead and move right back on to Emerald, our robotic cyborg friend who has taken down the Yeti easily.
Yeah, I think kind of going the opposite route here. He's going to look at the two spies that we have and cast Bane, where, if you want to read that, Chad, essentially is the opposite of Bless, where their rolls are going to be decreased by D4 now.
Got it. No problem. He's got up to 3 creative choice that you can see within range that make. All right, let's go ahead and get that saving throw for our Federation soldiers.
Okay.
They rolled a 17.
Oh, no, they easily pass. They're good.
All right. They pass your check. Unfortunately, the Bane just does not work out. Let's shoot on over to our, unfortunately, dead Yeti. Our spy again. Kind of going...
Yeah, just use my movement and move behind the spy, though.
Got it. Go ahead and take that movement. That's my bad.
Oh, you're good, man. I'm good now.
30 right here. He was actually heading towards you to do a strike, but now he can't. He's going to go ahead and try to do a Starcaster thing. On that note, we've got a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Ooh.
On that note, he does Starcaster. You're able to refract it right back. It whizzes right past his head with your Black Rose. And you are all good. No worries. You are completely safe. That moves on to our Cassie Brown's turn.
Okay. What she's going to do is okay. Wild mechanics question. If I give myself advantage through maybe some other trait I have, does that also give me sneak attack, or is that only?
What's the trait that you have?
I have this thing called steady aim, and as a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll in the current turn. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn. And then the sneak attack, it says once per turn, you can deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll.
Go ahead and click it real quick for me and let me read it just for a second. So you get the beginning of first level, you know how to strike, steady aim. As a bonus, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll in the current turn, only if you haven't moved during this turn. Okay.
A little get power gamey, but hey, why not try?
I love it.
Because technically it doesn't say I have to come from hiding.
You know what? We're in a little bit of a space age future. If you can give me a good explanation of how you're sneaking, staying completely still, I'll be okay. Because again, this is a very open arena. There's no real places to hide in here. As you can see, like it's open. It's not. So how can you get sneak? Explain it for me.
Okay. As sneaking, I'm going to pull out my beam saber, pretending like I'm going to rush up there and attack him. But at the very last moment, as he is trying to get ready to defend himself, I'm going to whip out my pistol and go, pow! And my revolver.
Okay. So in the sense of like, you kind of. So the way you're explaining, I'm thinking that he's almost a bit distracted by your movement, that he's preparing for one thing. So you're sneaking away to get the blaster so he can't see it.
Yes.
Okay, so at that moment, go ahead and take that advantage then.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's go ahead. It's the first stream. It's the first battle. Go ahead. Why not, right?
I gotta try. Oof, that is a 10.
Unfortunately, wow. Expert moves by Cassie Brown. A 10 does not hit our boy.
No, and we don't have the less anymore, do we?
No.
Dang. Okay.
I feel like I have to just like point this out because as the stream goes on, we're kind of messaging each other back and forth, trying to get things well. I just want everybody to know that Greg has asked me if Emerald has permanent disadvantage on stealth checks, purely from just his rock hard abs and just the cheek smacking. I feel like we're making that canon for next episode.
I think so.
We'll see how that works out.
Cassie saw it and was like, oof, can't hide here.
Like, oh god, the sneaking is not good for me in this situation. But on that note, let's see. That moves on to Igri's turn. Dementia is killing him, and our spy goes to get Cassie Brown. 5 feet. He goes to the Federation soldier goes to use his vibro sword. He has a short vibro sword, not like your rapier, and he goes a 9 to hit.
Sure does not.
Man, you guys are killing me today. All right, 9 does not hit. A little bit of a battle comes as he kind of goes to strike your rapier, refracting back and forth. A fencing match has begun. Let's move on to Emerald now.
All right. Emerald's going to run down here and be flanking this spy here. And he's going to take a swing.
On that flanking, basically that means that he's going to get advantage on this. You roll a 19.
Nice.
You didn't roll your Ooh, well, you got flanking on that one, so you got a 19 on the hit. But correct me if I'm wrong, but you could still roll a nat 1 for damage, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have yeah, that's what I'm. So unfortunately, you roll 1 plus your slash. It's slashing a 1 plus 6. You only get 6 slashing damage on him.
No, so hey, Chad, you rolled it for me. I didn't take off Divine Smite yet, so that's why there's 2 rolls.
Got it. Okay. Well, why don't go ahead and roll it for me real quick.
Okay. So I got dueling style plus slashing, so 7 total.
Yeah, well, we're getting 7 damage on. It's a little bit more. That's good. I forgot about the dueling style for that one. So there we go. 15 on him for health. He is not looking good. In a similar way that like before, we're seeing a different color hue than red as like you slashing at him. It's not able to fully connect with his skin, but you can sort of see no damage come across him. Instead, this red hue goes over, but it's unlike the other one, it's got a bit of a shine to it. This seems to be his personal pal. But like the other one, it is glowing red and it is constant as opposed to before. We move on past the Yeti, who is dead, onto another one. This is our second guy. And going to go ahead and go towards Cassie Brown on this one, being able to get in distance. He's going to use the Vibro Sword as well. I don't think he's in flanking at that. He rolls a nat 20 on that.
Yoicks.
So on that note, what is his...
Too bad my AC is like 30.
Suck it. These overall.
Wait, what?
It's 14. It's 14.
So on that, he's going to do a 1d6 plus 2. Let's see what happens. Roll the damage on that. No, that is not what that is.
Oh.
You do not get 24. He rolls a 1. I rolled 6d6. 1 plus 2, 3 damage to you.
Oh, big difference there.
Big difference.
Yeah, a big difference between 24 and 3.
Yeah, I thought the Yeti was the big bad. Jesus.
Exactly.
Cassie Brown, that is your turn.
Oh Lord, I saw God and He shot me back down here. I guess since I'm flanking, I'm just gonna go at him with my beam saber.
Before you do your beam saber, give me both of you, give me a flat d20. This is going to be a pure luck check.
Got a 9.
16. The DC on this was 15. Emerald, you see a moment of static go over them. Not like their shield is kind of messing up, but more so like their entire body is static. You see almost a moment where you feel like you can, how to explain this? Tear through their very essence. Now, it is not your turn, so you can't do that. But I'm going to say, if you hit an attack on either of our Federation soldiers next turn, something will happen.
Okay.
But go ahead, Cassie, on your turn on that one. You roll. You're going to go ahead and use your laser rapier on him, or beam rapier, or whatever it is. Space words.
So many space words. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it.
All right. Go ahead and roll that attack.
And that'll be with advantage. That's a 13.
A 13. Oh my gosh, I don't remember their AC off the top of my head, and their AC is you hit.
Yes.
You can't remember every single miscellaneous character's DC that you have, Chad? God.
And I.
Which one were you
I
going
also
for?
get-
Were you going for this one or this one?
This one, but I also think I get sneak attack on it. I'm sorry.
Wait, how do you get sneak attack on that one?
It says you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of that enemy.
God bless America. Okay, so you get a 13 advantage. So because of sneak attack, that doubles your damage, right?
It's just 2d6.
So add additional. So go ahead and add your additional. Swatch that quick. Go ahead and add your extra damage. So it'll be the 6 plus whatever you roll.
So it'll be 6 plus 8, 14.
All right. You see, he is glowing just straight red. There's no hue kind of going over him. Blood red. His entire skin looks like it. Dementia's hitting our turtle again. It's crazy. As our another spy takes his turn. Let's see. Our Federation soldier is going to do a short vibro sword as well. The fencing, 15 to hit.
On me?
Who's he sitting?
What is it? On Cassie Brown.
Yeah, that hits.
Cassie Brown, it does hit. So we're going to go ahead and roll damage on that one. If I'm not mistaken, it is a 1d6 plus 2. That's right. So let me go ahead and roll that. We're getting 5 damage on you.
Okay. You hit a child. I hope you're happy about that.
The Federation soldiers, that's not what I meant to do. Come on, Cassie, don't do this. I've heard you say the name a couple times. Don't do this. Actually, give me an insight check.
Cool.
You know, yeah, give me an insight check from what he just said.
11.
How does he know your name? You actually haven't said it this entire time. Emerald has maybe looked down, but he doesn't really know your name, and you haven't introduced yourself, yet this guy seems to know who you are. How he knows, we're not sure. But on that note, that moves on to Emerald.
Okay.
I'll remind you of the luck check that you took prior.
Yeah, so I think a little confused about what he saw, but not quite sure what it was. He's going to kind of regain focus and take a swing at the one right in front of him.
13 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 13 damage.
13. You tear through this guy easily. The red hue completely eviscerated. Tell me how you bring this guy down.
Yeah, I think he does just a straight slice across because Cassie's, or he doesn't know who that is, but right across, and with the height difference, he knows he's not going to hit her that way.
So as you slash through, you come through expecting to see blood or to see some form of at least some kind of like humanoid reaction. You've seen death prior, but this doesn't seem to work in the same way. You strike and frozen. You look over to the side and you see the other guy frozen. Static kind of takes over. And then around the entire field around you, everything is turning into static, and the field around you at your feet, everything is turning into static, and suddenly, boom, black. You guys see nothing around you. There is no life around you, just a black, almost like you are suspended in negative space. But unlike being in like actual space in the galaxy around you, there's no stars, there's no life around you. You just see the 3 people in front of you. You see Cassie Brown, Emerald, and Egri. Egri is in another place. Dementia's a bitch. He is just kind of confused at what he's seeing. But you two are here. And you hear off in the distance a voice that you heard before. God Bless, come on, messing with the program. This is ridiculous. I'm fucking fed up. You see code flash before your eyes. You see everything happening, and then you black out. And then come to looking at a glass in front of you. You see around you, but this is both of you. You see the smoke, kind of smoke around you sort of starts to dissipate as the glass opens up and the smoke pours out of the glass tube, so to speak. In front of you, you see a man that's very obviously not human and not robotic. He's not, it seems like somebody who has augmented himself, so to speak. The man that you've been seeing in the commercials, the man that came right in front of the screen, big mohawk, leather vest on. He's like, well, I guess I should actually officially say it this time. He pulls out his hand, and then another robotic hand pops out. And you see two hands, and one goes right to Cassie. One goes to Emerald, and he goes, welcome to the Outlaws, kid. Reaching for a handshake.
I double hand fist it and go, oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you. I could have finished them off. I did a lot of the work. I loosened them up for that day. I really did.
It's like, okay, kid, chill out. God bless. His hand refracts.
Lifting it up, looking at how this works.
No, that's not how that works. Hold up, you're picking me up. Come on, come on. Is this guy? He's like, whoa, I'm just a, come on. And he refracts both. He's like, you guys suck. I don't like this. You guys are having a bit of a conversation with this mechanized humanoid that you're not really sure what he is, or just know that he's the guy that's in the commercials. As we cut away to a different scene, away from you guys are not here. It looks to be kind of like an office room, but a very large office. You see kind of a desk to the corner on the a wall that's lined with books, and on the other wall to the back, a big pistols and a revolver that looks like it's from the Old West sitting. And you see a man sitting in a chair with a big cigar in his mouth, and he... Now, that was interesting, don't you think? And you see another man kind of like standing and like tapping his foot, and he's like, God damn, brother, that was the coolest, I swear to, wow. This man is wired. You can't really see his face. You can't really see what's going on. You can't see either of these figures' faces in this image. But they seem to have a conversation, and he's like, out of all, and he goes, well, out of all the candidates, that was the most interesting display I've ever seen. The more hyped up man that's like tapping his foot, he's like, I'm telling you, that's what I heard. I saw exactly what you saw, brother. I swear, it was the greatest thing. He's like, I know. Do not mistake my lack of excitement for the lack of enthusiasm. I'm seeing what you're seeing, brother. I think we found our guinea pig, so to speak. We cut back to you guys shaking this robot's hand, him pulling away like, God bless, all right, I get it. You guy, he points to the little turtle, he's like, you didn't do shit, man, you should have got in. This little turtle's still just like, whoa, this place is crazy. Just like looking around at like all the robotics, looking at everything, and kind of just overwhelmed by everything that you've seen so far. Dementia's a bitch, that's just how it is.
He saved my life. He did at least one thing.
And you see this turtle look back and just like, huh, what? And nothing's going on. It seems like this old man needs a hand to hold because he has no idea where he's going. He's like, look, you see this guy's like, hey guys, I gotta commend you. You passed the test. You did what you were supposed to do. You created a situation out of nothing. I gotta say, Not fucking bad. Not bad. We see a lot going on here.
Mhm.
We see in the room, it's not just like a conversation between this robot guy. There is a bit of a disconnect of like what's happening here. We've seen the ship. We saw the vats. You guys were obviously in those vats of liquid going through. We obviously saw you guys kind of like going through a test, so to speak, but not really knowing what's going on. So, what's going through your guys' heads as you talk to this robotic guy? Let's go ahead and talk to Cassie first.
Oh man, she is stoked. It is incredible to see her heroes at work and to be a part of them and sort of like impressing them. Oh, she's incredibly happy.
Emerald, what's going through your head?
Yeah, I think Emerald's feeling like he's first been kind of used as a weapon, kind of given no choice. Now he feels like he's being used as in a game, kind of without his consent on that too. Just a little confused.
Yeah. He was like, so I guess y'all understand what was happening, and like I have no need to explain anything, right? Like this isn't something I gotta like go through the process of being like you were here and there, and you get it, right?
I mean,
He was playing with us.
I had fun. Best game ever. Better than
Yeah, it was a good fucking game. Hey, dude, better enthusiasm. Come on. Yeah, it was fun. You passed the test. Come on. He smacks your arm. His hand goes, ow, god damn it. Like, why'd you? But he's like, but I mean, the whole point was to get into the Outlaws. Well, god damn it, you were in. You look to the back and you see your vats kind of transform a little bit. The vats kind of go into a metallic going over the glass. He's like, obviously, this is the Outer Rim. We can't tell you where our base is, so to speak. This is more of a temporary type of situation. If somebody finds this, no big deal. We just crash it, go somewhere else. Step in there. I've welcomed you to the Outlaws, but that's saying yes. You take a step in, you're in. You'll go to our home world, the Black Star.
Oh man! Just
Do I notice like Cassie's character just like lighting up or anything?
Oh,
Give me a perception check.
Oh, no
Yeah.
perception check. She's like shaking. Twinkles her hair.
No perception check.
Oh,
She's
nat
into
20
it.
on it with a 0 modifier.
Not only a nat 20.
She almost has to pee. She's so excited.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
double.
You notice everything that's going on. You see she's about to pee. There's a 13-year-old girl having a panic attack. For the viewers' audience, this is like Justin Bieber just walked on the stage for some girls. This is like Taylor Swift for others. This is a moment for our 13-year-old Cassie Brown.
Oh, it's big. It's a big deal. No, I have to ask: does Brad Knightley still live there?
You see a blank stare come over this guy, and he's like,
You don't have to tell me. It's okay. If it's confidential, it's fine. But all of like the little discords and all of the little the Reddits, they say that he's sort of there pretty frequently. Photos of him getting coffee,
I don't want to answer your questions. You're really getting on my nerves. God damn it. Okay. All right. Kid, please just go in the vat. I'm done talking to you, please. 13-year-olds get on my nerves.
Okay. I guess if that's what you want me to do.
Yes, please. Go. Get in. I don't like... I don't know about you, but I just see like Cassie Brown just sitting there like expecting like an autograph from this guy, and you're just like seeing this like robotic guy just being like, "Come on, kid, fuck off." So, do you go into the metal vat?
Absolutely. But
Are you,
then she goes, later we can take a photo together, right?
Sure,
The
kid.
competitors are not going to believe this.
Sure, kid. Well, I'll take any photo you want to take.
Okay.
All right, you go in. The metal kind of goes over you. He's like, bye. And then he looks over and he goes, look, you seem a little bit, and he's referring to Emerald at this point, looking right in your eyes, and he's like, look, you seem a bit less excited about this whole situation. You seem a little bit more of a level head than our 13-year-old. This is a real big deal, but we can't seem to look any sort of help. You know, we're not looking at, we fucking need you. That's just the truth. I could try to like work around it and be like, oh, this is a great opportunity. We need you. And I feel like you understand that. So if you go in there, this is a big deal. You're saying no to the AI propaganda. You're saying no to the AI Trinity.
You have me there, and you just see him turn around and walk towards the.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. He's like, well, that is not what I expected to happen. All right, go, get it. He stands there. He's like, yeah, that's what I knew. And he kind of looks beside him. He sees a little turtle. He's like, well, the fuck is in there? And he kind of pushes this turtle going in. And just like, the turtle's just like, whoa, just confused by everything. Pushes it in with Cassie Brown's ship, and is just like, you sit there. Cassie, he's just like right at your leg. Kind of like he's about the same height as you. You guys are like two very short people beside this 6'3" monster of a human being. And you're just and he's just standing there just looking up at you like, well, just confused. The metal starts to shut, and you see the inside, a screen kind of come over. Is like, it's almost like, welcome to your movie experience. This is first class airplane type of stuff. You guys are about to watch some Shrek, about to watch some Netflix, who knows? But you feel the turbine below you start to shoot off and shake. As you feel the rocket go, and it's, you know, all of you are in your small little rockets. Other than like Cassie and our little turtle, you have not a lot of room, and Cassie and the turtle have even less room. They're like right on each other.
Yeah.
But she's like, on the way to Black Star, welcome to your movie experience. Little turtle's just like this.
So fun. It's like I'm at camp again.
Comfy, isn't it?
About a day maybe passes, 24 hours, maybe a little bit less. It's hard to say because you guys are kind of just like watching movie after movie. The time runs together. Obviously, like most movies are around an hour, maybe 2 hours, so you can gauge it to be about 24 hours past. There's no way of knowing exact unless you like go 2 hours and 23 minutes. I got that movie. 1 hour and 54 minutes. Add it up, and like if you're someone like that, then you know exactly how much time has
It
passed.
turns down to Cassie. This Love Is Blind isn't so bad, isn't it?
Love it.
There's
No,
popcorn in everybody's hands.
Exactly. No, she wants to watch the Brad Knightley experience just over and over and over again.
The Brad Knightley. This Brad Knightley experience is obviously his what's it called? Like a documentary on his life. It's a very Jonas Brothers kind of situation going on, where it's like, I was an outlaw, and then I had to wear a purity ring, and like, and then my life was changed forever. Very child eccentric kind of situation going on here.
I imagine me and the turtle have had to like move a bit, so she's like closer to the screen.
The turtle's confused by the screen. He's just like, whoa, what's going on here? This is probably the most amazing experience he's ever had, or the worst. We're not sure. As we go into your movie experience, this Brad Knightley documentary going on, about 20 minutes into, the screen cuts off.
That was only my 15th time watching it.
And you see a screen go, and it's basically just like a little line showing like a voice, kind of the timbre of the voice of this robotic female going, our destination is is only 5 minutes away. Our movie experience will now end. Please enjoy your stay with us here at the Outlaw. The voice from the other guy comes in. archway. As the turbine starts to settle down, you feel a little bit of a toss. The metal kind of like rips away as you see the glass in front of you. It opens up, not steam cupping. It's a little bit more gentle this time, a little as it slowly kind of like seeing like a door on like the door on its hinges kind of just go. That's what this glass does. You guys, you're on Black Star, a place known throughout history, the home base of the Outlaws. To give a little bit of history real quick, just for you guys as well as our viewers, the Outlaws is a mercenary group that is known throughout the galaxy, but they are on the kind of tail end of their fame after the AI wars that ravaged the land, and then a reformat that happened that split the original AI Eve into 3 separate identities. The Outlaws didn't have a war to be waged. You know, the 3 entities tried to provide pleasure and tried to provide protection and provide guidance to people. And so the Outlaws didn't have much to fight against. So they died off. But the stories are there. If anything, Cassie Brown knows these stories like the back of her hand. And this is common knowledge to most people around, but the Outlaws were the badasses of the universe. We've got not just Brad Knightley, the Disney star, but Brad Knightley, the freedom fighter. The man that went and saved political figures left and right, known for taking down large mechanized dragons created by the original AI Eve. Doing amazing things, but not just that. We've got the amazing ship, the Armada, a group of dwarves who were craftsmen that decided to rebel against Eve because she decided to take away the craftsman ability in building great things and weapons and buildings. So therefore, the dwarfs decided, they were like, we're gonna, and went in and decided to fight against. We've got heroes left and right flooded into, and the sight that you're seeing right now is not that. You are seeing a next to empty space station. There's some very large ships here, the famous ones that you've heard of. You see to your right, you see the Armada. To the left, you see both the Dove and the Cardinal, 2 ships that were known to be the greatest pilots ever. But other than that, this place is abandoned. Not just abandoned. When I say abandoned, you think, oh, okay, maybe everyone is off on their mission. No, there's no semblance of life here. Give me a perception check, both of you.
5.
5, Delaney.
2 seconds. 7.
7. You don't see anybody around you, but you hear a voice that's like, hold on. I would prefer it if you stepped off my flight panel right here, because I'm trying to get to work. Because you see this old man with like a white beard, real like rough around the edges with like big overalls. He's got some tools in the front, but it doesn't look like, you know, like average screwdriver. It looks like, you know, there's some kind of like laser soldering device on him. There's another kind of like, it kind of looks like a hammer, but it looks like the hammer is automatic, so to speak. I don't know how that works, but it looks like there's a gear in the front that just goes. So he doesn't have to hammer the stuff himself. This is the future, damn it. And he's like, you know, this is my kind of like a landing space, and you done put all your type of situation right in here, and I didn't appreciate that. So if you could go ahead and fucking move, I would, yeah, do it now. And he's yelling at the 13-year-old. He's not yelling at the large man with fucking sword arm. He's yelling at the 13-year-old, of course. Why would you yell?
You didn't have to take that tone with me. But yeah, okay. But this is not how the documentary showed this to be.
What documentary are you talking about?
The Brad Knightley experience.
God damn, Brad Knightley! I hate that guy. I hate him. Ooh, you see this?
Stay psych.
Whoa! Whoa! What? All right, little girl. Hold up.
I know ride or die. He has the sword at his neck too.
Oh God! Hold on! You
It's
see
one
this
thing-
old man?
It's one thing to talk to me like that, but you don't talk about Brad.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize, little girl. Please. Oh God.
Emerald's just like repeating whatever like lines he heard 15 times about Brad.
Why don't you guys, I guess, both give me an. You know what? Tell you what. Give me an intimidation check, and then give me the help action, Greg or Emerald.
Oh, so I'm rolling with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage for intimidation.
Awesome. 13.
13.
13.
Hmm?
You pissed?
He's not
You yourself?
outward. He's very obviously outwardly scared. He's like, but you're still a 13-year-old. He's this guy has seen. He's seen some shit. So it's not necessarily he's so overwhelmed by your gun to his face. It's just like there's a gun to his face. Of course he's going to be nervous, but he's had a gun to his face before. This has happened. He's just like, please, little girl, don't shoot.
Okay. I'm an outlaw now, so you better remember
Yo.
that.
Hold on. You're an outlaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
There's a
didn't you
hero.
say so? Man, this is a time. Hold on. He goes, hey, fucking Sparks, get your asses in here. As you see, like these robots on one wheel, kind of like skirt in, and like they're not the most like you guys have seen Sparks before, or better known like robots. Sparks kind of come in and they're just like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, gotta do it. You know, very like robot like simple reply. Well, finish it, go, and they're tearing down these machines. He's like, well, I'm supposed to be part of the welcoming community. I obviously didn't give you that much of a welcoming. You guys are late. I'm just gonna let you guys know this. I don't know why your flight came. All the other people that passed the test, they're already here. What was your names again? Go ahead and tell me your names.
Cassie?
Cassie, nice to meet you. You, big metal guy.
Emerald?
Emerald, nice to meet you. You, oh shit! And he sees the little turtle just sitting there confused, looking at him because it's like, this guy's dirty and nasty looking. This is the first time this old dementia guy is getting. So he's like, whoa. Turtle.
He's
Got
just
it.
there.
Turtle. He's there.
Forgetting he's with
Turtle.
us.
What is it? Go ahead. I didn't hear that. I was excited by the turtle.
Oh, I just whispered to Cassie. I keep forgetting he's with us.
Yeah. What?
Jump scare.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and let me check my logs. Hold on. He pulls out like a notebook. He's like, let me check right here. Cassie Brown. Emerald. Last name? You got a last name?
No.
No, Cher. Got it. Cher type of situation. Madonna. Got it. Hold on. Hold on. I got you right here. Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, you're not late. You're actually right on time. You three, I guess. Three, you turtle. All right, good. Y'all were picked for a very special type of situation. I guess you did something to impress someone. So, they're not quite ready for you yet. So, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of leeway. Feel free to explore. Feel free to look around. Welcome to it. Bye! You see, like, his shoes have got, like, his boots that are nasty. Jets pop out. He's like, psh, I'll come find you when they're ready. Oh! And, like, he's obviously talking, and there's, like, trailing off. And, like, but, you guys are in this, what looks to be a shipping yard, or not like a shipping yard, like a docking yard. Space stations are, and like depicted in most like fantasy or space adventures, science fiction, as like this futuristic place where like everything's pristine and everything is in its place of order. Everything's silver and white. This is not that. This looks more like a like there are parts everywhere. There's grease on everything. It kind of looks more like an old like car lot or like an old car shop. There's only like maybe 2 or 3 ships that you see. There's one that looks like it's completely broken down, something you don't want at all. It kind of looks like a bus with big turbines on the back, like 2 huge jets and big wings, but it's bright yellow. It kind of does look, it looks like a bus for like a school bus, so to speak. But other than that, you see a very famous ship, the Armada. The Armada is this massive battleship. This battleship is it's so big you can't see the top. It is massive, and this ship was known for like going to planets that the original AI was going to take over and
Did I know it did, or just
fighting
guessing?
wars. You know what? Give me a history check. I'm not sure. Cassie's gonna know. She's gonna get. You know what? Actually, give me a history check with advantage, Cassie.
10 for me. Which surprises me.
10.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You know
Of
what?
course she does.
On a nat 20,
Does she
I
know?
know a
what
little
she does?
something.
not only do you know, like, this is like a really great ship. You know, like you've known, like not just the famous Armada with dwarves and stuff like that. You start to break down every detail about this ship. It's like you know that this is a galleon, which is a large ship that can hold small armies. This is a very special galleon that usually galleons are. Don't have as many guns, but armadas are very, very different. And in fact, it's closer to a battleship, if anything. But it has like large blasters on the front. You're seeing phase cannons all over it. You know, big fancy space game words. Like these are that. But on a nat 20, let's see. You know the captain of this ship. Captain of this ship is named the Last Miner. The Last Miner, being the captain of this ship, was he was known very well to be one of the few traditional mining of dwarves. Obviously, like most of us have known fantasy dwarves are, you know, they're craftsmen, they're builders. They take down mining. Not in the future. In this kind of future, a lot of the dwarfs are using a lot of space age stuff. They're able to like make a lot of like their most amazing equipment. The you know, the stuff that is talked about in movies and television much quicker. This is a more traditional miner that after seeing his craft and everything destroyed, he let go of his more traditional background and decided to lead the Armada, a ship where they would go to planets and they would start massive wars with the AI because the AI was trying to take over new planets and expand its dominion. You know, the Last Miner is his name. On that, you also see 2 other ships. This is the Cardinal and the Dove, 2 ships of red and white. Pretty well known. These ships were known to be the greatest pilots that the Outlaws ever known. They are some of the like the Armada and like most of your more famous. They were one of the first people to become Outlaws. The Cardinal and the not the Cardinal and the Dove, and these 2 ships look like they haven't floated. The Armada looks like it hasn't flown, but this ship looks like it's been sabotaged on a nat 20. Both the Cardinal and Dove.
And I say all of the background like in hyperventilating voice to Emerald, like, oh my god, you don't understand. Oh my god. And the Last Miner, he decided to leave his background, and they did all this, and
Full geeking out.
Together. We have to take a photo of it together. The mods are not going to believe this.
Got it. You want to take a photo? Your PAL comes with you know, exactly like a phone. You could use your PAL to. So how kind of describe to me how you take a picture at this point. To sort of describe, it's basically a little mechanic that is on your wrist. It kind of looks like a little rectangle that you could just press. As you press it, visions kind of go over your eye of basically like a phone screen with apps. So you can, if you tell me how it kind of like helps you take a picture.
Emerald, come here. And she's gonna try to put her arm, like, she obviously can't reach your shoulders, so she does your
crouches.
knees. Oh, you crouch. Does it like this, and she holds her wrist up, and sort of like an iPhone sort of thing. It just like takes a photo from like afar. She like, I guess, presses like her fingers or something in order for it to do a selfie.
As you see the picture comes, it goes over your vision. You're able to like kind of airdrop it to our metal friend. We see you kind of like selfie. We see Emerald kind of looking up with his knees on his with his hands on his knees looking up, just confused, just like selfie, cool. Being
Not a smile, just like a.
And then behind you see the turtle just looking behind, like his back to the camera, like what's going on here? Hold on.
But he's
Having
definitely in it.
Yeah.
He's definitely in it. Yeah, describing the more everything going on, there is a small town here that you see, not just connected, that it seems connected. Feel free to walk through this town, look, see if there's any shops. We could do some rolls if you'd like to see what you see. On that note, I'm going to give it up to you guys. What kind of roles, what kind of things are you going to do in this town to sort of investigate it, look around, find some stuff out?
Yeah, you said it looks pretty barren. Do we see anyone else other than the person?
You see maybe some random strangers kind of going about. It doesn't seem so much completely barren as more so like the people here don't seem. It's not what you expected. Like the shipyard was definitely abandoned, but the town has got maybe like a couple people walking here and there. You're seeing the very similar faces going back and forth whenever you do see people. It's a very, very unpopulated town, but there's not no one here.
Is there anyone that's just like chilling, or does everyone look like they have a purpose and they're doing something or going somewhere?
Most people are chilling here. There's definitely like some person. There's definitely like an open shop that you can see, and there's definitely like people just kind of if you live in like a small town, you see those people in front of their shops, kind of like on like a lawn chair, smoking a cigarette, maybe like taking a drink. Business is slow, so they might as well relax and see who comes in and who doesn't. So yeah, there's a couple people here. You want to go up to any of them? I'll kind of describe them if that helps.
I think he's just taking a look and looking down. I think he's kind of after taking that in, going to look down at Cassie and say, "I think we just have time to kill. Do you want to go look around the town?"
I thought you would never.
So again, it's like a small town. It's a very simple kind of topography here. You're going and you're seeing like how to explain this. It is. Oh, okay. You guys have all seen Harry Potter. It's a straight strip full of like weird looking like shops and stuff like that. But unlike Diagon Alley, where there's a lot of busyness going on, there's a lot of energy. This is like completely abandoned. So it looks like a real eclectic shopping district that's just one strip that is abandoned. It's not completely abandoned. There is some people here there, but most of the shops are unmanned. And if you look off in the distance, you're also going to see what looks to be the main base of the Outlaws.
Oh, okay. I think I'll just kind of go wherever Cassie leads. I feel like this is kind of her domain, and she probably even knows what some of these stores are.
Yeah.
Do I know what's?
Give me a perception check.
Do I?
And I was like, they didn't really show the real ones. 15.
15. Give me a history check as well.
Can do. 21. If it's one thing I know.
Mhm.
This is actually, you're like exactly right. You've never actually seen this strip before. A lot of the times when they're talking about the Outlaws, it is AI propaganda that you've seen in books and television. So there is this like kind of story about the AI attacking and the Outlaws fighting against. But as like all the AIs, including Candyland, the Federation, Martini Nebula, all three of these like areas sort of took the outlaw story and then twisted it. So on your first roll, you've never seen this, but you've seen what looks to be sort of like a version of this. But on a Nat 20 history check, you are as a 12-year-old in Candyland with parents that are completely delusional, believing into the propaganda that the Candyland kind of supports. You're a 12-year-old kid. You see through past all of that. 12-year-olds, they see the propaganda, they see the delusional things. You're on top of it. And you know some of the stories because you were able to like go, screw this bullshit that's trying to feed me. I'm going to do my own independent research. You got on the dark webs. You got on the internet. You did the research, and you know that a few of these shops are pretty famous for outlaws. There's a weapon shop right to the left, and it's called Have a Good Time with Lots of Weapons. It's a very strange shop. It's pretty straightforward. It's like, come in. And on the other side, you see another one, and the shop doesn't really have a sign. It says, "Come in, stupid."
Mm.
And then there's another one right in front of it that it's not like it's different from the other ones where it's like a kind of longer name, kind of like halfway insulting. The other one says, "Don't come in. We don't want your business." Right? Big sign. Don't come in. We don't want your business. Which who knows? Maybe that was clever advertisement because outlaws don't follow the rules. Who knows?
Okay, there are 3 options from my extensive research. There's a weapon shop, which could be kind of cool. See what they have. I feel like I'm pretty decked out already, but it couldn't be bad.
There's
There's
some
a
fun
shop.
tune earlier.
Yeah, hey, I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it? There's one that says "Come in, stupid," which we all really love the name of it in our little server. And then there's one kind of scary. This is "Don't come in." Kind of like a beware of dog situation. I'm not really sure what's happening there, but it's intriguing.
It's always better to ask forgiveness. We go check it out.
I like that. I like that.
You guys go into don't come in. We don't want your business. And you see a dwarf kind of like sewing. You're just like, he's humming a little bit of it kind of sounds like one of those old traditional like hymns, maybe like for religion or something like that. But this guy's very drunk and he's just like, well, I'm going down.
Mister, hi.
You didn't read the sign, god damn it! And comes over and he's like, "You not hear that sign?" I said, "Don't come in. We don't want your business." Do you not read?
Actually, I was ranked first in my class for reading, but I thought it was sort of like a little marketing thing that you actually really wanted us to. Like, what do they say in psychology? What do they call it?
Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
A 13-year-old thinking it's reverse psychology. He's very drunk. He seems angry for no reason. Give me a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. 21.
Ooh.
21. You pass. How are you going to persuade this guy to calm down?
It's going to be like sad kitten eyes, like, "But sir, it's always been my dream to come here. And this was the first shop we went to when we got here."
Oh God, don't cry. I'm so sorry. And you see this drunk man easily able to be overwhelmed. He's like, I didn't mean it, little girl. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, hold on. He goes off. He's like, here's some tissues, and here's a. I have this is a little bit of some ornate sewing I did. You see one of those like sewing circles that looks like it's got a little picture of a dog on it. He's like, I sewed this. You can have that. That's yours. I want you to take it.
So pretty.
I
I
have to
look
puppy
at
dog
Emerald and
guys.
I'm like, I perfected that over the years.
Okay, what can I do for you? It is a shop. I guess you could. We do lots of sewing here. We do lots of building of gear and so on. So why don't you tell Poppy what you want?
Well, thank you so much. Well, I'm 13 and I'm about to go on the little battlefield as an outlaw. So, I mean, some protection could be really nice, but I don't have a lot of money.
Oh my goodness, you don't need no money here. I swear to God, you're never gonna die. And he goes in the back. He's like, well, I'm gonna fix you. You got a pal? Come here, get in here. He asks you to remove your pal again. It's a little chip in your wrist, easily removable.
Yeah, take it.
Okay, let me just take a look at it. He presses the buttons. He's like, all right, gotta get into the settings.
While he's doing that,
Let's
let me
see.
down to Cassie. Is this how stores work? You cry and they give you stuff?
Mostly.
Okay.
It works like 90% of the time. Do you want anything? Do you want me to get you something?
He sews. Does he have any aprons?
Oh, let me ask.
I was working on the railroad.
Sir?
Yeah, what is it, honey?
I'm so sorry, but my friend over there, my bodyguard, some might say,
Oh, thank
he was
goodness
wondering
you got
if
a
you had any
bodyguard.
aprons.
An apron. That's a weird thing for a bodyguard. Why does he want an apron?
Because he loves to cook, obviously.
Oh, what a great! Oh my!
He's
Not
reformed.
just a bodyguard, but a good cook. Oh, he's emotional. He's like, I will make anything you want. He starts to like fashion a little bit of the thing. You start to see the settings kind of open up, and he starts to bring out a sewing needle. The sewing needle looks a little bit strange. It looks like it's made out of some kind of gem, so to speak, and he puts a big like battery on the end of it. He's like, all right, hold on. He pulls up a setting, and it seems to be like a bit of a weave, right? A weave of strings comes up, and he's like, all right, let me just...
You're so talented, sir.
Don't make me cry more. I'm already sensitive. He comes up, and you see that the weave has become thicker. He goes, hold on right now. He puts it, he's like, put it in.
Okay.
All right, he's like, that should work. I can't guarantee it'll work for forever, but it'll work for now. Go ahead and give me a +1 to your AC. It'll be a temporary +1 to your AC, but it'll work for whatever your next combat starts.
Thank you so much, sir. This is really going to help a lot. I really got hurt a couple days ago by this test that they did, just by one.
I'm so sorry for being mean.
It's okay. I understand.
Okay. Just so long as you understand. You robot guy, come here. You get close to the camera. Come here. Look at me here. You protect this little girl. You understand me?
I do. I'm gonna start trying to cry too, but he has no tears can come out, so he's just like squinting really hard.
You just see Emerald just going, trying to put some out, and he's just like, "That's right." He's like, "You get it.
He can really only protect me if he has an apron, though.
That's right. I forgot the apron. Hold up. He goes in. He pulls out a very standard white apron, but he goes, he starts to the same kind of laser thing. He starts threading it. It seems like real red thread is coming out of the crystal and making. And right on it says, "This is a clucking good." And right on the apron, and there's a little chicken on the end of it. And he goes, "Here you go." And go ahead and add an item to your set called "It's Clucking Good." It is going to add anytime you make food from now on. It is not only going to be delicious, it'll add a +3 to their health bar. So if you already are at full, it'll add another +3.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
So right from the bat, you guys are getting some good stuff right from the jump.
Is that next month or just indefinitely?
That'll be indefinitely every time you make that. I felt like why not give you some cool shit right from the beginning, right? Don't want to mess around and be like, oh, it's the 5th episode and I just got a +1 sword. Might as well get you something fun. Now this is a home. This is again people who know D&D and know the game. This is going to be a homebrew item. It's not necessarily something that you're going to find in any D&D book, because everything here is going to be homebrewed as much as we can. Of course, we're going to take from a little bit from the main books, but all of our main items are going to be somewhat homebrewed. And he goes, well, you lovely two, you just come back whenever you want. The moment he does that, he's going to roll a perception check real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna roll. He rolls a 4. He doesn't notice that there is a turtle just like who's already stolen his thread crystal and is just looking at it, and he's just like, going on here. And as he's just like, y'all have a good day, you know, you do good for other people, you protect this little girl, and you, hold on, hey, that's mine, and grabs the crystal, but the turtle's just like, hold on, it's like, I was looking at that. You have a moment to collect yourself. There are more shops here. But at that moment, each of you on your PAL kind of boop, get a notification. The notification reads pretty simply, and it goes, click on notification to hear the video message.
Sure.
Yeah.
You each click on it. It's same message for both of you. You see a man in overalls pulling up his pants because even though he has overalls, he's too skinny for the overalls he has. He's like, well, gosh darn, hold on. How does this thing work? Oh, there you go. Okay, look at me. Here, okay. You, too. You, actually the turtle guy. Bring the turtle guy, too. All of you need to come to our main base. We're going to have somebody meet you. I didn't realize who was meeting you. All I knew that you just got to get over here. Come on, get it. Come. He's it cuts out.
First of all, I would like to say fist bump for what we did back there.
Hell yeah.
Incredible job to us. Sounds like we have to go.
Yeah, he seemed it seemed urgent. I think we should head that way.
You would think I would recognize people here, but totally did not recognize him.
Is that what the average outlaw is like? That guy?
Brad Knightley doesn't look like that.
Give me you know what? Yeah, give me a history check and an insight check. First, this is going to be for Delaney's character. Give me an insight first, and then give me a history check.
Insight is 11.
11.
History is 21 again.
Oh,
God bless. You 21. Was it not a nat 20? It was a
No, not
okay.
enough.
On a Brad Knightley is obviously your main guy, but you love all the Outlaws. Outlaws are that's your ish. That's your main thing. Most of the propaganda, Outlaws are pretty guys. They're pretty girls. They're the perfect specimen because a lot of times the documentaries that you watch and the history that you've seen, it's propaganda. It's actors. They look great, all of them. There's definitely a very Grey's Anatomy type situation here where they're getting the prettiest people they possibly can to be the most amazing. There's a soap opera type situation going on. But on a history check, within like your gaining, that the Outlaws are, you don't necessarily know the look or the way that everybody is. Like Brad Knightley's kind of a outlier in the situation where like most outlaws have kind of gone their own way and their own distance and they don't want to meet people. He's very, very different in that regard.
He's doing the meet and greets and autographs still.
Yeah, he's doing autographs. He's doing his thing. Yeah,
they sell for quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he obviously, this is a guy that charges every time he tries to get an autograph as well. It's $10 to get an autograph, $20 to buy it on the internet, and he puts his little sign where he'll put like a little king over the eye. He'll put a little crown instead of a dot. That goes for hundreds of dollars because that's his main one.
He claims that the fee goes to charity, but he keeps it.
Yeah, it goes to. He's like, all of my stuff goes to charity, for autism. That's what, and everything lines his pocket,
And one time I even saw that his little tissue with his knot went for like $300.
Oh, eBay took a liking to that. On that note, but history-wise, that like the Outlaws are a huge group of people. There's many different types: ugly, crazy, thieves, noblemen. It's difficult to get out like an archetype of what an average outlaw is.
So outlaws aren't all pretty, but honestly, only the good ones are. So he probably isn't that good because he's ugly. What'd you say, Emerald?
Was he pretty?
Was the dude on the thing?
Yeah, the guy that made our apron.
Oh no, he was nice, but
Okay.
Give me a perception check, Emerald.
3.
3.
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah, that.
I mean, would I even know what these terms really mean?
This that's for you to decide. All you from what this is a failure. I will say that this guy looks the way that Cassie Brown described him, but how does Emerald describe him? When you look at somebody, how is the attraction level, if it does at all? I don't even know if you're attracted to people.
I think he just sees people as people. They don't really they just look different. It'd be like how we go to the zoo and you see like a lion in the enclosure and you see a different lion and you're like, oh, those are both lions.
Got it. Okay, so there's not like a necessarily attraction for you on a 3, but there is a sight of like, if there was going to be a dwarf, and if it was going to be attractive, and if this was the one. Not terrible looking.
Yeah.
Not
I'm making
horrible.
mental notes trying to figure out what is hot.
Yeah, like it's what is hot? We don't really know. You're at this point. It's been 60 years since you were first created, so you're an old robot, but like you're a robot that hasn't really like lived a life. You live in a vat, kill thing, live in a vat, kill thing, live in a vat, kill thing. Like your sense of being is very off here. But yeah, so you guys got the notification. You guys got there's some other shops around if you want to look at those. That's That's obviously an option. Where are you guys headed?
Emerald, I'll leave it up to you. Do we want to go talk to the weird ugly man, or do you want to go into some other shops?
Oh, these shops aren't going anywhere. Let's go talk to the old ugly man.
Okay.
You guys, the old man obviously has directed you to the main area, which is the large base at the top. From afar, this place looks amazing. It's a large dome, but on the top, it looks like it's lined with like kind of like I can't remember the name of it, but it's like that Australian like megadome kind of situation. Like if Doug Dimmadome was to make a place, this is what it would look like. It's like welcome to Dimmadome. It's beautiful. This you can see light refracting off of the iridescent the iridescent glass-like material that is falling off. But unlike like clear glass, it seems that it's changing color as the light hits it, almost in a rainbow of sense. Or like when you see the light hit like a beetle's wing, there is a reflection of light, but it's not so much like it's not so much exactly like a rainbow, but the refraction of light is gorgeous in here. As you approach, you see no doors. This place is completely absent of doors on the outer side, so you can go in easily. And I imagine you guys both go in, right?
Does
Little
that guy greet us
turtles.
first?
What is it?
Is that guy greeting us first, or are we
No, he's not there. You don't see him.
Oh, okay.
It's just you guys were notified to go to the main base. He's there. But as you guys go in, you see that there's a very different sight as you walk up. While the top of the area, it's very beautiful architecture. The inside is barren. And not just barren, but it seems like there's been some type of battle here. There's been some type of fight. You can see on the walls that there's blood that's old blood that's stained the walls. You can see shelving units and cracks that have like been destroyed. You can see a battle has begun. A battle has happened here, and it's hard to put a finger on where or when, but it has happened. As you see stairs that line up, like a beautiful, like not necessarily like straight railing that you would see on average. Holy crap! Hold on one moment.
He's
He's back!
The prodigal son.
Suddenly, as
Dementia's not a bitch!
suddenly, dementia has been taken over. Dementia like a chalkboard. Some things get wiped away, and you see certain words just a little bit better. Sometimes you see other words a little bit better, and some things are completely erased. Igri finally coming to consciousness. Igri, a lot's happened. A lot's happened to you, right? There is... To recap, it's not been a good day for you. It's been, there's a bit of a burning on your back, on your shell, where something might have hit you. Somebody has hit you, I guess. You don't know. You know that some people have said some rude remarks to you, but you've also known that this is a little bit of an interesting day. Well, you're very well aware that you're not you're not all there. Age has kind of taken over for you, and it's had its effects, correct? Why don't you describe to me the way that Igri looks? We know that you're a turtle. We know that you're about the same height as Cassie Brown, which is about 3 to 4 feet tall. But other than that, what do we see on this turtle?
A lot of aging and wearing. Normally they'd have like a green skin, but his is darker and almost graying a little bit from his age.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of leans over a little bit from a long life of doing what he does, and he doesn't really wear a lot. Usually just has a small little cloak on, walks around with a stick. It's about his main That's about it for him.
As we kind of like go into the tale, we see to kind of catch you up a little bit, as well as to give a little bit of the insight into what you've been seeing so far. We're going to kind of go through some flashes. First thing you see a battle unfolding. You being shot once, you being confused by all the technology around you, and which is strange. This is like commonplace for this world, you know. You also see. Give me a perception check.
Sees me hiding under the cheeks of Emerald.
This whole time.
She never
It's a
leaves.
13.
On a 13, you notice your wrist. There's something that you've never seen before. It looks like a little metal rectangle that is about maybe about this size right here, about an inch, maybe about 2 inches actually in height, and maybe an inch in width. That is on your wrist. It has a little green light that is shining. By the way, all of your guys have a little light that's on them, particularly like whatever. I imagine, I think that for this one, everybody's color is different. Let me pull up what the colors are. For Emerald, it is a bit of a blood red. For Cassie Brown, it is a little blue. And for Edward, it is an ivory green. And they're just there's little like lights that bing off of it, and this is the first time you've ever seen this, and this is the first time that you've ever had something like this on your hand. So there's one thing. Two, you've seen some sights here and there. A bit of a recap. You went into a store and you got to look at this beautiful crystal with an engine that seemed attached to it. And again, you don't even know what a fucking engine is. You just like have heard people talk about an engine. You were like, this is an engine. I've seen, you know, on top of that, you saw something more amazing than you've ever seen before. You saw half man, half robot with a leather vest and a mohawk insulting the shit out of you. Just like scared that you're there, being like, oh, there's a little turtle. And now things are coming to for you. You know, you're in a room. You have two people beside you. You know these people. They've been around you for a little bit. So even though dementia's kind of like taken over, you're not like completely out of it. You know that these people have like been walking beside you for the last, let's see, it's probably been about 24 hours and some change. So you had almost a full day of traveling from this planet to the base and the ship that you were at before. But prior to that, the only kind of like images other than like how you got there, what's going on, you just remember a lot of like somebody saying the words Brad Knightley over and over and over. That's kind of like what you heard. But now you're at these stairs with these beautiful handrails that come down and a place that looks like a battle has happened. What is going on in your head right now?
Probably, a little scared. I'm just worried about trying to remember why he's here and get himself straightened out so he can make sure he's, where he needs to be and he didn't make any mistakes in his travels.
On that note, why don't we go ahead and let's see if we can make your screen a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can make it where it's just, no, that's not what I wanted. Just you on like the big screen that I have. You think you can do that for me? Because you're in control of that as well, obviously. There we go, perfect. So we see the image kind of go into similar to like what's happened to Cassie Brown and what's happened to Emerald is the camera kind of pans into your face and your eyes. We see your little red bandana and a bit of cloak hanging off of you as we see you kind of appear on a very different place than we saw both Cassie Brown and Saw at Emerald. A place with large trees higher than as high as skyscrapers. You see lots going on. You see life everywhere, birds and trees, and you see basically a planet overgrown by nature. What is Igri sort of doing in this planet? The planet being referred to as Tarmov.
Igri be just kind of walking around, smelling flowers, looking at the birds, any small woodland creatures that are just passing by, making sure they're all safe and everything's flowing how it should normally in nature.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Tarmov is a little bit of an outlander. Even like the people who are kind of, you've kind of made your own an outcast kind of situation. You yourself are an outcast, even around other people of your own race.
Right, I'm a hermit from them.
As you look up, you see platforms. You see rope hanging off trees. You see people of your own race, turtles, kind of situating themselves in their life. And unlike you, turtles are varying in size. So there's some that are 6 feet tall and massive, large shells. There's some that are 3 feet tall, just as you, varying sizes and looks. Some with green skin, like a common turtle, but there's other with grayish and pinkish skin. There's ones with shells that have been like etched in tattoos into their shells. There's a lot going on here. There's life. There is a lot of peace in this area. Give me, no perception check needed, actually. You hear from the top a bit of a scream, right? It's a very far off scream because you're down, they're elevated very, very high up. It's hard to hear exactly everything, but you just hear almost like a woman's voice, a muted scream. And then that scream becomes scurry. It becomes wild. It becomes back and forth. You start to hear lots of people. Oh my God, no! Everybody get the kids! Get the kids! Everybody go run! Now give me your perception check.
23.
On a 20, oh my God. Is that not nat 20 though, right?
No.
On a 23, you see off into the distance orange light coming off. It is growing and growing and growing, and you start to see it is not a light at all. It's a flame that is engulfing the forest and taking over. And past that, a little bit, and again, the people above don't see this. You see this because you're on the ground, which even for turtles is a little bit strange because this is a very overrun and grassy area. Lots of trees going up. Nature is abundant here. So there's predators. So a lot of turtles aren't as commonly down in the grasslands like you are. They're up in the trees. You can see what's sort of making these flames. You see men in like these suits that are not like an average like black tie. Like some of them are cheetah print. Some has got like snakeskin boots. These are guys with big cigars and they're drinking liquor. And then behind them are these men with like battle vests on, and they've got like sleeveless shirts, and they've all got many of them, not all, but many of them have those military vests that have lots of like pockets for different ammunition, as well as like different I don't know, guns. You know, the chamber that goes inside the gun. You know, somebody flame me in the chat. The clip, thank you. Somebody can flame me in the chat later. I don't care. I don't know guns. Anyways, you could see that these guys, some of them have flamethrowers burning the flames, but they're far off. But they're coming right towards you. And what do?
I'd look around to see if I see any animals that need help, because I'm sure they're all trying to run and get away.
You see the animals kind of like scurrying off already, and you start to run as well. But it seems that the flames behind you are picking up really, really fast. Whatever's happening behind you, they're not walking, they're not running, they're on something, some type of vehicle of steel and metal that you've never seen before. And it's not like you haven't seen hard rocks before. It's not like you haven't seen metal. This isn't like a completely like this isn't a planet completely deprived of technology, but you're probably a little less within like the bronze and steel age. So they are rocketing towards you, and as they come, they're coming faster and faster and faster. You're going to be caught. You need to take action now.
I will use my wild shape and turn into the best thing I can think of right at the moment, which would be maybe a wolf, just a standard wolf.
As you start to change, your turtle shape kind of like going away, and you see a wolf, but on this wolf you see a bit of a turtle shell right on his back. And it basically looks like a dark greenish wolf that is having a turtle backpack. And as you run and you run and you run and you run, speed starts to take your glib. Still, they are obviously not as fast as before. You're running much faster than you were before. They're catching up on you. They're catching up on you. You're there. Something you've never seen before. Vehicles with large, basically like they sort of look like wheels. Obviously your character does it, but we can suspend reality a little bit to say like kind of look like the wheels of a large truck that have turned upside down and have like a bluish glow to it, and it is hovering right above the ground. And above that, it seems like there's these large cannons and flames spewing out of the sides of this cannon. Not necessarily in the middle, because it seems like that is almost like a rail gun, if you know what that looks like. But on the sides of it, a three-pronged sort of gun, burning everything around it. And as they burn, there's another thing behind it. Looks like it's laying concrete. Give me a stealth check.
That's a natural 20.
On a nat 20, oh my god, thank god. All right, on a nat 20, this wolf, you start to, I'm not going to describe it. I'm going to tell you the scene. You tell me how you hide from them. They are in front of you. They're very close as you are to your screen right now. If anything, maybe a little bit distance, maybe a little bit less, give or take. They see the wolf and they see an animal. They're not really putting together that you are they're not putting together that you are an intelligent creature. They're putting together that you're a wolf. Simple as that. How do you get away?
I would just dive off into the thickest part of the woods, knowing the area, and while I'm diving off, I would actually change my shape again into something even smaller, maybe like a spider or some sort of small bug like that. You
take the form into a small. This spider's a little bit bigger than what like a normal spider would be. Yeah. Like it's not like this big, but it's more like the size of maybe like a grapefruit or something like that. As you scurry up to one of the trees and you see that the flames have stopped, they're done burning, and now they're kind of just like laying concrete around, making a perimeter around. As you get to see what they're doing, time passes. You are a spider onlooking these people creating something. The people that you looked onto, the people of your race, the one that you had sort of separated yourself from, but in this moment there's a kinship for. They have all gone. They're the last of your kind, and if they are here, they're in a similar shape. They're in a similar place as you, taking a wild shape, trying to watch their home being burnt and destroyed. Some days pass, some time goes, and you start to see them building and building and building, and then this kind of what looks to be kind of suspended of belief a little bit, because your character wouldn't know this, but it kind of looks like a visitor center for like maybe like a theme park, maybe a tourist attraction, and it seems like somebody, like there's signs being built, ticket counters, someone's getting ready to like they're building what looks to be like concession stands even though there's no food in. This seems like Igri may not know this, but Eddie knows this, and maybe that can help Igri to some sense. They're turning your home into something that you wouldn't want. This is the very beginnings of a very new life for people like you. Again, this is the planet Tarmoff. To say the location, this is off in the Outer Rim. You were born in this Outer Rim, off the edge of the Martini Nebula. Now, give me a history check to see if you would even know what the Martini Nebula is.
9.
The Martini Nebula, you don't know anything like that. You know that above you there are stars, but you don't even know that what space is. You're not really sure if don't know what God. In fact, you might be highly religious. We don't know at this point. But looking up to the sky, you wouldn't come to think that there's life beyond you. Or if you do think that, you don't know for sure. These people look as if they're from a different universe altogether for you. So Martini Nebula is not something you've ever heard. You see, give me a perception check real quick. I think this is the last roll I'm going to be doing for a little bit for you.
14.
Okay, that's a good one. On 14, you start to notice a trend. You start to notice a pattern with the way that they move, that there is an opening between when one group of people is there as another, as if they're working in shifts, I guess. But it's a little bit, it's not like a 9 to 5. It's like one person working a 9 to 5. It seems more like one team is coming in to do one job, and then the next team is coming in to do another job. But you see that there's a break where there's no one around, that you could sort of invade this kind of area if you wanted.
Yeah, I would definitely go in and try to just first off look at all the machinery that's there, try to figure out what it is, if there's any way I can disable it or stop it from working.
Yes. The first, you see a couple machines in front of you. The first one is the one that you know. It's the hovering metal piece with the large harpoon that's right there in the middle. It's the first thing that you see. It's easy. But there's also a large, what looks to be something you saw prior. What look to be boats or ships that have kind of landed from the sky and landed onto this concrete area. And then finally, you see what looks to be a, not necessarily machinery, but looks to be like a tent that you may have seen, similar to like tents that you've seen. But inside, it looks like there's these weird machines that you've never seen before.
The big one, like the hover, as I walk by, I'd look to see if there's anything I could maybe break on it.
Sure. As you look in, you see that most of it's made of metal. So from being at the bottom of it, there's not necessarily anything that you can break, but you see that there is like screws and stuff like that, and you might be able to take off like a latch of some kind.
I'm trying to think what I could use to do that with. Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're still a spider at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, as long
Okay,
as
good.
depending as how much time has passes. If it's been under an hour, I'm still a spider.
Okay, no, it's been much more. We could say that it's been 20. It's probably been a couple of days.
Okay.
And time has passed. So you're more than welcome, because a long rest has happened at this point. You are more than welcome to go back into wild shape if that's something you want to do, or if you want to stay as a turtle, feel free.
Well, the first thing I'd probably do is cast Pass Without a Trace, just so I know that I feel hidden from anything that could be around.
Fair enough. I mean, that's a good decision, I would think.
And I'll go to that big thing, and I'll just kind of look for something small like that, something little that I can just start hitting with the stick that I carry around.
Give me an attack roll.
Mhm. That's only a 9.
Unfortunately, this metal, what you have is a stick. It's simply that. It's wood, maybe a little bit thicker wood that's been carved by you. We're not sure. That's more for you to describe. But as you hit it, you're not even making a really good dent. It doesn't even seem like natural steel. It seems more like this has been layered and hardened, not something that you've seen before. And even when you hit it, a glow kind of comes over it, almost like a hue of light, so to speak.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you're not able to get into that. But you have two other options. You have a large ship. You probably recognize it as a ship. I mean, this is sort of like the steel bronze, somewhere in that area, like the bronze or steel age. So you recognize it as some form of ship, and you're able to recognize the tent with some type of machinery in it.
Okay. I think for now, I'm going to try to just get onto the big ship and look around and see if I see anything.
As you go upon the large ship, there is lots of people here, but with Pass Without a Trace, they're not able to really see you. They're not really able to recognize anyone's there. But right from the start, you see a big schematic. And it looks like, from where you are, you can't necessarily see it, but if you get right up on it, you can. I'd say that you would be able to, give me let's do a flat D20 to see if you can sort of decipher what's going on here.
16.
On a 16, you're going to be able to see, first off, big bright letters from the top. It's called A Hunter's Paradise. Right off the thing, big bold letters. And then on the bottom of it, you're seeing sort of like a drawing that somebody has sort of like made into to depict what's going to happen in the future. The word schematic, Egre's not going to know. It's not like, but it's more, and that's off to the side. There's definitely like more, like the nuts and berries of it all, or the nuts and screws. I mean, how to put this? Egre's not going to know how this is built. He's not going to understand and instructions to how things are built.
Blueprints.
You're not going to understand the blueprints or the schematics of this type of situation. But what you can understand is this picture of what the future is going to tell. And you see your world looking like a theme park, an area that you can see pictures of your people strung up on strings as if they're trying to sell your body parts. You see other stuff that looks like stuffed animals made of you. You see cages of turtles inside doing party tricks. This horrific drawing depicting your homeworld as a novelty and not a place where real living people are. Looking at that, how is Igri feeling?
Worried, angry, just all at the same time, just trying to figure out, how, what he could possibly do to keep this from becoming a reality.
On that note, no roll needed, because having passed by the trace, you're able to sort of see everything around you and not really worry about anybody kind of going. But you see somebody in the distance talking about something. They're talking about a commercial. They're talking about something they've seen recently. They're talking about the Outlaws. You see something come over you, and you see a fear in their hearts and their eyes that you've never seen people have before. You see a mission kind of come into your heart. You see a pathway, and you go above them and you attack them, killing them easily with your stick, able to get right past their defenses. And you see this screen that they're watching, and it says, "Welcome to the Outlaws." The ding kind of comes over the little robotic rectangle and thing, and you're able to kind of jimmy it off and find this little rectangle of metal easily come off, and you see that it's giving directions and stuff like that, and it's the green light dinging and go, "Hi, how can I help you?" We now see some flashes for you. We see this POW kind of taking you and teaching you some things about this ship and this type of world that you've never seen before, talked about, or heard about. And it gives you instructions on how to sail away, to take this ship for your own. You find a compartment. You find an escape ship. It gives you coordinates, the same coordinates that were on the commercial that both Greg, Delaney, their characters, followed. You're on your way to becoming an outlaw. We see the camera pan off. We see you, all these memories that you have flooded to you after, unfortunately, your dementia has taken the best of you. And you see two people in front of you that have been kind of guiding you as you've been in this haze. What's the first and only thing that you're going to say to them?
It seems like I kind of lost myself for a minute, guys. I'm okay now.
Oh shit, he talks.
He talks.
Yeah, I do talk.
On that note, it is 12 o'clock, and it seems like this is an amazing place to end our stream right now. Unfortunately, we're going to have to say bye to everyone here. I know that Eddie didn't get to come around, but I think that we had an amazing adventure here. Please tune in next week, Sunday at 9 o'clock EST. We're going to have another great adventure, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Tune in, and hopefully we will not have as many technical issues as we did this one, but it's our first stream. You are more than welcome to watch it here on YouTube. On that note, we are not wizards. We are not magic. There are technical issues that happen. I hope that everyone has a great night or day, depending on what time you're watching this. And we'll see you guys next week.
And keep Brad Knightley in your hearts.
Keep Brad Knightley in your hearts. And let's go ahead and stop this stream.